Okay, welcome, brave souls, to Sage Zee, episode 52, where the saga unfolds across the virtual realms of Talespire and Roll 20. We rejoin our intrepid party: Bear Drac Ironmonger, Cornelius Dexter, Damasc Gearspark, Victoria Vixen Smith, Theron Beats, Impious Haster, Aramilla has no last name, and her medium Viper are all picking up where we left off, racing swiftly past the treacherous goblin territories of North County. Your journey now carries you northward, venturing deep into the untamed wild lands in a vast and perilous expanse where the laws of civilization fade into whisper. The path has been anything but quiet, marked by battles that have tested your mettle to its core. You've clashed with fearsome land sharks, their burrowing jaws snapping at your heels, and faced the thunderous might of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, its roar shaking the earth beneath you. Yet through courage, cunning, and raw power of your combined might, you've bested these formidable foes. Their fallen forms an example of your growing legendarium. Of greatest significance, Bear Drac Ironmonger has ascended to the hallowed rank of 11th level priest, a milestone that unlocks the mysteries of 6th level spells. Among these, the spell Windwalk stands as a beacon of newfound potential, allowing you to transform into mist and soar across the wildlands at an astonishing 60 miles per hour. A power that could reshape your journey in ways yet unforeseen. And as the wildlands stretch before you, their rugged hills and shadowed valleys teeming with unseen dangers, the next actions you will take carry profound weight.
Not to mention that the Bear Drac has access now to heal. Heal. Hero's Feast, very important.
Banishment.
So I did some straightforward counting on my fingers and determined that 2 windwalks would be enough to transport the entire party.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that in advance. Because I was starting to look it up.
It's the most likely spell you guys are going to use to break my entire milieu.
Well, we were going to do that as soon as Damasc hit 11th level as well with his Shadow Walk, or Shadow whatever it was, so,
Well, the difference between the two is we can get attacked by things from the shadow plane while we're walking, but Windwalk, I don't know that he has anything that can attack gas clouds.
Did you really just throw that gauntlet down?
I've been theory crafting.
Oh my god.
He already had that in plans.
Jeez Louise.
Otherwise, I would get to on average, maybe 5 random encounters to pester you guys with along the way.
Yep.
And it looks like 2 of your horse illusions have been banished. I think we concluded last section with I rolled encounters for the night and there were none, and you guys are able to memorize spells. It's basically the next morning.
Okay.
So Bear Drac can 6th level it?
Yep, this is his first day of 6th levels.
How many is he getting? Is it 2 or 3?
I think it's on his spell memorization
I've got
sheet.
it here. Just a second. He gets 1 plus 1 bonus plus a domain spell.
Nice.
So he gets 2, yeah.
And at least with Windwalk, you don't have to know the destination, right?
Yes.
Well, I say we use it to go to my little hometown and create the golem for help in the big walk we're about to do.
So you want us to turn around?
And do so very rapidly and then come back very rapidly. We get there, I find someone to help me craft. Bada bing, bada boom, create the golem, wind walk back. We have a tankety tank. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not in a rush, and it won't break my heart if we don't.
I mean, considering we've already traveled about halfway there, how about we get the rod first and then do that?
Whatever works, man. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Oh, he can conjure fire elemental too. Nice. All right. Spell book.
Actually, now that I'm looking at it, does he even... I think there's too many of us for that to work.
Yep, he has to cast 2.
Well, even if he does 2, because the snake is a separate creature, yeah?
I wouldn't count it as one. If it fits in a pocket, it doesn't count for much, right?
Okay.
It's saying, oh, and my bat familiar counts as a creature too. Somebody has a crow. Oh, that's another one.
I mean, the crow can fly by itself. That's not the point here. The snake can't
Yeah,
fly, which is why I
A
questioned
crow
it.
can't fly at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, if it's something that can, like, be on your person, some small animal, I won't count it.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess he can do it with 2 windwalks.
Snake's method of travel is normally wrapped around the long spear.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, we ought to actually devise a way for it to be a special attack whereby I long spear him and then the snake attacks.
That would be neat.
Well, all right. Do we want to do that then?
Sure.
So Beardrack casts 2 6th-level spells. All of you turn insubstantial, and some 45 minutes later, you catch a glimpse of the waterfall.
Man, he's got all these empty spell slots, but I don't really want to mess with his spell list. That is big waterfall.
I'm gonna remove the horses.
Probably switch Cornelius to his on-foot persona.
I would agree.
Now this is this like a major thoroughfare? I thought this was supposed to be like forgotten hidden ruins. This is a pretty well-traveled road that we're standing on.
Maybe it once upon a time was.
I can't remember. Did she say the pyramid is behind the waterfall, under the waterfall?
It's underneath. It's an inverted pyramid underneath the waterfall, I believe.
Okay.
And who's running Cornelius? I forgot.
I am.
Okay, alright. Let me pull up my little dialogue. Here we go.
Curiosity, is you running Cornelius?
I don't have permission
out
prepared.
Okay, that
Thank
should
you.
fix it. Alright, at long last, your senses herald your arrival at the fabled waterfall, foretold by the Silver Lynx, a destination that's driven your journey through the wilds of North County. The sight before you is a marvel to behold. An 80-foot cascade plunges over the rocky ledge above, the flow split by a jagged boulder at the precipice, carving the water into twin torrents that shimmer like liquid silver in the fading light. Or actually, it would be the early light of day. The thunderous roar of the falls drowns out the songs of birds and the whisper of the wind, a relentless rumble that vibrates through the earth beneath your feet. An awe-inspiring display of nature's raw power, so close that you can feel the mist on your skin. The air carries the crisp scent of spray mingled with the earthy perfume of the vibrant foliage. Ferns and mosses clinging to the rocks, green forms vivid against the gray stone. The old trail you discovered earlier, its stones worn smooth by time, winds upward past the waterfall, stretching toward the northwest. It's an unusual path, for no tales speak of inhabitants dwelling this far north, leaving you to wonder what ancient hands carved this route, and what secrets lie beyond the thundering veil of water. So, you recall that you were told the entrance was below the waterfalls.
Oh god, that means there's going to be swimming involved.
Yes, the DM rubs his hands together carefully.
Carefully or gleefully? Let's get our adjectives correct here, shall we?
Evilly
Rubbing
while chuckling
intensifies.
malevolently, probably.
Indeed.
Watching that to see what text says. 6 hours. Can we share it between a number of people?
Well, we're not going to find anything out standing here. I guess we should walk over to the pool of water, huh?
Indeed.
I don't know if he's going to let you move that far. That was a lot of squares.
It was only like 20. Come on.
Let's see, if you run, you can go 24 squares.
See?
If you're human. Dwarves can only go, 16?
I didn't move Beardrax, so.
Those with short legs move less.
Look at all the tall folks just sprinting away.
Those tall folk. Go ahead and you guys can take another move if you like.
Well, why don't we wait until the other people catch up?
Because he's trying to get Cornelius killed, can't you tell?
And I'm trying to avoid a situation where we're all spread out again, and he...
Reasonable point, Steve. I'll behave.
We good to move again so we can catch
Yeah,
up?
you guys are all
Yeah.
good for another move.
Well, it's certainly water. Oh, that's cool. The camera has a bubble effect when you dip it into the water.
That is cool.
Water seems dangerous.
Everything's dangerous with Z.
Well, now that we're here at the edge of it, how deep is it? Because from the map design, it looks infinitely deep, so I'm pretty sure that's not correct.
Okay, I am going to reveal some underwater terrain. Give me just a moment. Okay, so as you approach the thundering waterfall with the misty spray glistening in the light of the sun, a shadow looms above, casting a chill far colder in the morning air. Perched atop the rocky precipice,
I'm looking, I don't see it. Ah,
yes, let's see, so
that is an accurate color.
I believe it is.
Okay.
Alright. So, perched atop the rocky precipice, an adult red dragon emerges, its scales blazing crimson that gleams like molten fire against the morning sky. The beast leans over the edge, its serpentine neck arching with a predatory grace, amber eyes glinting with cruel delight as it leers down at you as though you were a delectable feast laid before a ravenous lord. Claws like blackened scythes grip the stone, and wisps of smoke curl from its nostrils, the air shimmering with the heat of its barely restrained fury. The dragon's maw parts, revealing rows of jagged fangs, and its voice rumbles forth, deep and resonant, laced with an archaic cadence of the creatures of old, each word dripping with menace and mockery. Unto thee have I been bidden to ravage and devour, ye frail morsels of flesh and bone. So spake the powers that bind me, and eager was I to sate my hunger upon thy broken forms. Yet, I am a creature of my own will, and I would play this game among the great powers as I deem fit. Speak then, ye trembling worms, what is it that ye seek in this forsaken place?
I guess this is above the table. Should we tell him?
Why not? He's
Yeah.
gonna die anyway.
So it's the Damasc rod, right?
We'll just say it, the rod.
Well, we
He
probably
should
know
know.
its full name. It's the confirming to Z. We were sent to search for the Damasc rod, right?
That's it.
All right. We seek the Damasc rod.
You see smoke puff out of its nostrils as it makes some kind of facial manipulation, but you're not familiar with dragons, so you don't know whether it's smiling or upset or anything. And it leans forward and says, offer me unto me a tribute of 5,000 gold piece value, both fair and pleasing to mine ancient eyes, and this day thy lives I shall spare. Choose swiftly, for my patience is as fleeting as the sparks of mine breath, he says with some kind of terrifying force. The dragon's tail lashes, sending a cascade of pebbles tumbling into the frothing waters below. Its gaze is unyielding as it awaits your response. And from the brush to the east, you see kobolds emerging from the undergrowth, revealing themselves from the shadows.
I mean, we definitely have enough gems to do that if we want to.
Through that. I really want to call out and say, we've already killed an adult dragon before.
But before we do anything, how many kobolds are we seeing? Let's start there.
Oh, about 50.
Are you sure we don't want to give the dragon some gems?
They're kobolds.
50's still a lot.
One fireball is going to kill most of them. What do the rest of us think? Do we see the kobolds on the map?
Are you sure? Oh, let me see.
And we all know why Z picked a red dragon, right?
Because it deals the most damage.
Immune to fireballs.
No. And Scorching Ray.
Oh, I was just going to go because its fire breath deals way more damage than all the other colors. But yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah. Is Scorching Ray considered fire? I'm going to have to...
Yeah.
look
I believe
that
it
up.
is, yeah. They may have just rolled randomly on a chart.
There's no way he did that randomly.
So I guess the question is more of, do we think that we can take this thing and the temple? Because, if there's 50 kobolds just here to, I guess, threaten us, it's very loosely used here, but they're probably going to keep bothering us if we, fight this and try to rest.
You see several trepidatious kobolds begin approaching. They're carrying large bags.
How much do they think this 5,000 gold pieces is going to be?
Well, large for kobold size.
Okay.
Well, maybe the dragon should give us some treasure.
See? Steve's got the right approach.
I mean, I'm not saying we can't fight the dragon. I think it's a bad idea, but I will fight it if that's what you guys decide is the right course of action.
Oh, I'm not opposed to avoiding a fight if we can too. It just
I'm opposed to giving up 5,000 gold.
I mean,
John.
that sound awful, but 5,000 gold is kind of chump change with our bag of gems.
Yeah, he said treasure pleasing to his eyes. Doesn't mean necessarily gold pieces.
What's your opinion, John?
I'm just looking at that list of goodies we found. That rather fancy cut, but I'm not sure it's worth that much.
Okay, so if we buy it off and we go in and are successful, come out and we're rested, can we take a shot at it?
Sure,
might
heck, the Damasc rod's supposed to be an artifact of power, and maybe we can even use that against it. I just don't think it's a good idea to fight the dragon first.
Okay, so what? What about the magical butterfly box? No, that's worth 10,000 GP. Forget that.
How about the bloodstones? They're gems, they're red. This is a red dragon. It should like red, right?
Do we think it probably
don't-
wouldn't appreciate the black dragon scales?
Butterfly box is 1,000, not 10,000.
That
Oh,
is
is
true.
it?
So it's not enough.
Okay.
And the goblet was 1,500, so that's not enough either. They're not realistically not enough on individual items.
I'm just thinking we've got 12 bloodstones that are valued at 500 gold pieces each. So, we pull out 10 of those. He said pleasing to his eye, they're red, the dragon's red. He probably likes red, right?
Yeah. And we should clarify, are the kobolds the dragon's minions?
They're wearing leather armor with red dragon scales painted onto them, and they've got
Okay,
red
so
painted
pretty
on
clear.
Definitely his minions.
Fair enough.
You've heard stories of dragons working in concert with kobolds, but you've never seen it before.
Indeed.
Or how about we mix in, we've got some fire opals in the bag too, give him a bunch of different red gems.
Whatever you want.
That's probably
Rob
simpler.
was here, he would have agreed with me. Jeez.
The only other reason I wouldn't agree with you right now is because the dragon's up there and we're down here. We need Cornelius basically to kill the dragon, and Cornelius can't get up that cliff to kill the dragon from where we are.
Get taunted. But it's fine.
All right, so I'm going to pull out, I've got 10 bloodstones at 500 gold piece value and show them to the dragon. Oh, great dragon, are these pleasing to your eyes?
Okay, let me roll.
The fact that he sees 2 more in the bag says, no, you robbing me, you pesky rascals. And then he starts stomping Cliff down.
Or should I roll with Bear Drac and have him present them with his diplomacy staff?
Fetching gems, pleasing to mine eyes, I see. Give them to my minions. They will bring it back to where it will belong to me. And you see him
God, I
again
wish we had a tracker.
make a face, but you're not sure what the face is.
You mean our druid can't read reptile faces?
Not without a roll.
Damn.
I'll make a roll of whatever might be necessary, but I don't think I have sense motive, which is what I would have thought would be most likely. I do understand. I consumed some kind of special heart thing, which gave me a serpentine language, but I don't actually know what the serpentine language is.
All serpents. Let you speak with all serpents.
But I didn't know whether it also. Oh shit! No.
All right. Well,
does include
Tomas,
dragons. Yes.
give the kobold the gems.
It quivers in front of you, shaking terribly, and then once you drop the gems in, cinches its little bag and scurries back.
Where's a little GPS tracker when you could use one? I would love to know where they take these. Wait, couldn't we scry because we've owned them for a while?
If we could
We're
locate
familiar with the
object
object.
later.
Nice.
As the kobolds retreat, the dragon disappears into midair. Then you surmise that it's cast an invisibility spell at the least.
Ugh, the only thing more dangerous than a regular dragon, a spellcaster dragon.
Yep.
Yeah, it sends motives pants.
Well, now that's dealt with, shall we return to investigating this pond?
Although evidently I must have rolled a 19 to get 23.
Oh, have we gotten the water terrain detail you were talking about?
Let me double check.
Kind of looks like I can see a path down there.
Sort of. It kind of
Yeah.
drops real far and then keeps going. Although it's kind of weird that the area right in front of us is just endless abyss. Oh, there's some more dungeon. Oh, hey, that's also a very familiar giant door.
Oh, pardon me.
Well, how do we want to do this? All the spell books and paper goods go in the bag of holding, and then the
Or the portable hole.
either or.
Yep.
And then the guys in plate mail
And
probably throw their armor in the bag too.
we could rusty
I mean-
cast water breathing.
Well, even with water breathing, that does mean that they're kind of stuck standing on the bottom.
True. Yeah, I guess that seems like a lot of distance, so I don't think it's swimmable.
No, we definitely need water breathing.
And since none of I'm pretty sure it's not in my spell book, but I will look.
I think Aramilla has it.
And well, Beardrak would have the ability to cast it as well, I would think.
True, I'm not sure if he has it prepped, but I think he's got it.
Right. Well, I kind of see us being stuck with the rest no matter what. Get
Well,
the
I think-
spells up and running.
I think John was saying he's got it prepped already, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so as you peer down in the water, you can see that below the fall itself, there does appear to be an opening near the bottom. Kind of fumbled those hide volumes a little bit there, but so be it.
You're good, I see it. It's right here.
It's really easy to get disoriented when everything's invisible.
I can imagine. All right, well, let's do whatever prep we need. So the people in armor probably need to take their armor off, and the people with spell books need to stick them in the bag of holding because that's waterproof.
Yep.
So if we run into anything
Rolls
down there,
and
Steve, it's up to you to protect us with fireballs.
Change his name from Steve to Steam.
Huh? Oh, I guess you could do that.
All right, well, yeah. So you guys think about this a little bit. This seems like a complicated proposition. Luckily, none of you wear anything that dissolves on contact that I can think of.
What would be wearing that would dissolve on contact with water?
Necklace of sugar cubes, I'm not sure, but it's something to consider.
We can confirm that this is water and not like acid, right?
Do you want to confirm this?
Well, I'm assuming since there's green stuff in it, like plants, it's probably not acid.
Yes. You take 10 with knowledge and determine that that's highly likely.
Well, who wants to jump in first?
I don't think anybody's jumping in until water breathing's cast.
I was about to say, who can breathe water?
I was under the assumption we were doing that, but you know.
Did he say he's done it?
I've double checked duration. The duration's actually 2 hours per caster level, so it's not 6 hours as it's pressed on the thingy. What's it?
How many targets are there? I mean, how many?
The total is 20 hours.
Oh, and you
So
can
that will
split
be-
it up?
But you could, each person that you touch gets an equal share of the duration. So
it says divide the duration evenly among all the creatures you touch.
So that would include your Vipers. So that's divided by 8.
Yeah.
Well, 20 divided by 8 would be 2.5 hours each.
Okay.
And in the interest of not dividing the spell up any further, my familiar will wait in a tree somewhere, nice and hidden.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm not going to waste hours off the spell in case that whole temple's sunken.
Right. Okay. All right. Familiar goes looking for a nest.
And it can keep an eye out, see what's going on while we're not there.
That's true. There is a telepathic link.
Yeah, are there
It
kobolds
can let us
hanging
know
around?
if the dragon has double-crossed us.
All right. So you're gonna jump in full suit of armor and just sink to the bottom. Is that the plan?
No, he already said that the armor wearers were going to take off their armor and put it in the bag of holding or portable.
Oh, really?
And the wizards are going to put their books in the bag of holding because a soaked spell book is a useless spell book.
Well. Okay. So who's going first? Or do you all want to roll initiative and jump in?
Is that what you needed to do?
Aramella's got the cloak dress of the ocean, so should lead. Simply because I've got an underwater dress.
Yeah, and can scout it out a little bit. Yeah. Could always turn into a sea creature as well.
I mean, on the bright side, this is freshwater, so it should be free of krakens.
Again, you go tempting fate.
Yeah, Aramella will walk in first, bearing the large spear. The dire spear, whatever it is. Long spear, that's it. Long spear versus dire creatures. Which can be used to check the stability of the surface floor. It's still useful underwater to poke things.
It does make me wonder if they built the pyramid under the waterfall in the first place or if it wound up there somewhere later along the line, but I guess it's irrelevant.
Well, do you want to drop Aramilla down into the bottom there?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just checking my stuff on my sheet. I think where am I? Is that it? Oh boy, how do I find that? Oh, it looks green and blurry. Oh, it's a long way down.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. Well, she didn't immediately get swarmed and mauled by hungry fish, so it's probably safe.
No, I've got no idea where she is though. I know I dropped her down the hole, but I can't find her.
You are right there.
I'm waving the light around where you are. As you zoom up, you'll see where the line kind of draws toward Della. Oh, you got Bear Drac down next to her.
Yep, I moved my dudes down.
Oh, I see that light. Oh yeah. Down there.
There's a ledge, and it gets much deeper as you move toward the center of the pool.
Well,
The
isn't that a fun little green
rises.
world?
Yes.
A little bit more visible now.
Okay, which way are we going?
Is that the entrance kind of down from that ledge?
Yeah, you can see that there's some kind of path that curls down.
The entrance is here.
Ah, because where's my little doohickey? Because
Entrance.
there's this there.
Yeah, that's not
The hole.
The hole is actually a little bit farther down from there.
Yeah, this one down here, there's actually like a stone floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it looks paved. I agree.
So
All
now we
right.
have a pretty big drop.
Well, thankfully, in the water, that's not that bad, is it?
Unless something's hiding under the ledge, but yeah.
The Pally will try it out for us, because that's what Pallies do.
Everybody looks down at the bottom nervously.
I was gonna say, I'm shocked we haven't been disturbed yet.
Golly. Wouldn't fight a red dragon, but you tempt fate at every chance.
Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but Aramilla's snake isn't here.
Oh, gotta grab your snake.
She's around the spear. He said that more than once.
Down you descend, the vibrant light of the sun fading behind you as the water envelops you in its cool, unyielding embrace. The once bright surface above dwindles to a distant shimmer, its glow fracturing into faint waving beams that barely pierce the deepening twilight of the pit beneath the waterfall. Shadows flit and flicker along the submerged walls, elusive shapes that could be darting forms of fish, the swirl of currents or something stronger or stranger. The roar of the waterfall, so commanding at the surface, softens down into a muted hum, muffled by the weight of the water pressing against you. As you sink deeper, the temperature cools and the pressure grows, a subtle reminder of the depths you've entered. Below you, along the floor of the fall, a darker shadow lurks, a stark contrast to the shifting shades along the walls. This is no mere trick of the light. It's an opening, a jagged opening in the ancient rock that hints at an underground entrance, its edges worn by time and secrets.
Well, now that we're down here and, there's a dwarf with dark vision, do we see anything inside here?
All right, so go ahead and move somebody over to that opening, and I can tell you what they see. Okay, let me go ahead and read you that little next section here. As you push through the ancient opening, the water's grip tightens around you, the pressure mounting with every stroke forward. It presses against your chest and limbs, a heavy, unyielding force that makes each movement a struggle. The small entrance behind you fades in your memory as the passage suddenly widens, opening into a vast, dark chamber filled with water. The dim light casts eerie shadows as the muffled roar of the falls above gives way to an oppressive underwater silence that presses as much as the water itself. Before you, a flight of submerged stairs emerges from the gloom, the stone steps rising upward like a relic of a forgotten time. These stairs, now claimed by the depths, must have once stood above water, their worn surfaces hinting at an age when this chamber breathed air instead of liquid. Slick with moisture and cloaked in a thick layer of moss that glows faintly in the dark, each step feels alive underfoot, a slippery way to edge through the passage of centuries. If you want to recenter your camera, just double right click on the stairwell ahead of you and it'll allow it to kind of center a little more easily.
Big door up there.
And it looks like we get out of the water.
Yeah, the water down here suddenly got a lot less deep.
As you begin to ascend, the water's pressure easing slightly with every laborious stride, and after 15 to 20 steps, your head breaks the surface. I lost my spot here. And the air rushes to meet you, cool, damp, and unnaturally heavy. The cavern's breath is thick here, the air pressure a tangible presence that seems to push back against the water, holding it far below the natural level of the falls above. This pocket of breathable space, deep beneath the surface, feels like a marvel. Whether of nature's design or some ancient magic, it's hard to say. The walls glisten with condensation, droplets tracing slow paths down the moss-covered stone, and the air hums with a tension that prickles your skin. The stairs stretch onward before you, their slick, mossy surfaces glistening treacherously in the faint light. Above, more than 30 feet distant, landing looms, just barely visible through the dimness and the mist of your own breath. Its details remain shrouded, some kind of strange promise that tugs at your curiosity. The path appears perilous, yet you're able to ascend in this strange weight of the air clinging to you.
Armor back up.
All right, let me go ahead and find my next board.
Yep, armor back up, spellbooks back out of the bag, and all that.
All right, so
Yep, download the Cthulhu statues, fine.
it disappoints me they tell you what I'm adding.
I mean,
doesn't
the statues
disappoint
are
us.
also like
I know.
2 feet from us, so it's pretty hard for them to not be visible.
The new map took Cornelius. Oh, there he's. Okay, it's back.
Okay. You stand on a narrow 30-foot landing, just wide enough for your party to gather. facing the entrance to the lair of one of the 5 wizards long ago cast the spell that altered the fate of the elder races. A spell Kin Hasbeth Herodotian once meddled with, and now seeks to unravel. Before you looms this unknown inverted pyramid, some mysterious relic crafted by the first races, its purpose lost to time. The air is heavy with moisture and the weight of countless centuries as the first portal to this ancient enigma rises before you. A pair of massive bronze doors, towering 30 feet high. The doors themselves are a sight to behold, their once brilliant surfaces dulled by age and the relentless dampness of this place. A greenish patina clings to the bronze, evidence of the eons they've stood here. Faint traces of intricate carvings, symbols of power and perhaps warning, mar the weathered faces. Through time, though time has smoothed their edges, leaving only whispers of their original meaning. These imposing barriers mark the threshold to some place of secrets, where the Damasc rod of the Elder, an artifact of unimaginable power, lies tantalizingly close, yet shrouded by potential peril that guards it. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of wet stone and something older, more elusive, that stirs unease at the edge of your perception. A distant rumble, perhaps a waterfall high above, reverberates faintly through the chamber, while the slow, rhythmic drip of water from the ceiling punctuates the silence, each drop a reminder of the ages this pyramid has endured. The landing beneath your feet feels confining, offering little room to maneuver, amplifying a sense of vulnerability as you face the unknown. This is no ordinary ruin. The pyramid pulses with an ancient presence, almost as if it senses your arrival, watching and waiting.
It's been a while since I played Pilgrim. Is it search for traps?
Only thieves can do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're kind of in that awkward stage of we don't have a thief, so.
I am unsure of how well you guys are going to prevail without a rogue.
It's fine. Give me just a second. I think I have something for this. Yes, I do. All right, everybody stand back from the door.
Are we back far enough? Because I have knock.
Well, yeah, I have a wand of it. So if you actually have it prepped, then go ahead and use yours first, because I have a wand of knock.
Yep, Impious has knock, and we'll go ahead and cast it on the door.
What's the range on knock?
Knock has a stupidly high range. It's like 100 feet.
Okay.
But I will double check.
That's L. Knock. Range 100 feet plus 10 feet per level. So we can go like halfway back down the stairs while he knocks, if need be.
Okay. There's only so much room on this landing, so you'll have to move your token wherever you want to stand. I'm assuming you'll have to see the door to cast knock on it, so you'll have to be within visual sight.
We'll all just be at the very furthest tile that we can be.
Okay. You cast knock. Nothing happens.
The door wasn't locked.
Nothing at all?
Nothing happens. It doesn't. You don't hear any tumblers move. You don't hear a click, giving away the sound of a lock opening. In fact, you guys don't recall actually checking to even see if there was a lock.
That is fair. If it's not locked, the knock spell won't do anything.
Is the things on it, is that just sort of plant symbols, or is it words?
Do you want to go ahead and use one of your skills to evaluate?
Yeah. I've rolled languages, assuming it was Elven language, but I didn't even know if it's languages or not.
It would probably be Ichthyoid language. Ichthyoid? I don't remember how you pronounce it.
Right. Ichthyoid.
I've got Elven, Common, Sylvan, Druid. Oh, this Magic Heart, Sylvan, Serpent language.
Well, if it's written runes, how about I try Decipher Script?
Decipher Script. Is that a skill?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, what has happened to my Roll20? Why is it doing that? There we go.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Yeah, I actually have ranks in it because it's one of those weird skills that you have to have ranks in to use.
Me too.
Give me just a moment. I gotta check my notes here.
Now, as far as the thieves' skills, aren't we allowed to take them at like half point per point?
Yes, but the
I
search
think you
is
can,
the
but you
problem.
capped at certain levels. So once it gets, there's some stuff that's rogue only because you capped at a
Well-
level that wouldn't allow you to get beyond it.
So the rogue issue is that rogues are the only ones that are allowed to like properly search for traps.
You can have the skill, but if you're not a rogue, you're capped at levels, and some traps are stated as you have to be a rogue to be able to do them.
Rogues can disarm magic traps with disabled device. Other people can't. But finding the traps is a rogue thing, unless you use the cleric spell that lets you find traps as a rogue. So next time we rest, Bearjack should probably memorize that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, from my studies of the door, they are definitely runes, but I can't read them. So unless anyone speaks Ichthyoid, the dead language, I think we're gonna just have to go without them.
Yep. All right, I guess the best choice is Cornelius to open the door since he's got a lot of hit points, right?
He's actually got a lot less than some of us because he's lower level.
So Bear Drag.
Okay. So Beardrax moves up to the doorway. He stands before the bronze doors, the 30-foot forms rising like guardians from a lost era. With a shared glance and a collective heave, you grip the cold, slick sides of the door and push. The doors resist at first. The deep groan echoing through the stone beneath your feet sounds like a protest of a sleeping giant. And then, with a shudder that rattles your bones, they swing inward, and the world explodes into chaos. They open inwards, not outwards, by the way.
He
Okay.
pushes the pull door and it opens. Those were never statues, were they?
Okay. A ferocious wind surges into the pyramid, a howling vortex born of the sudden breach of the long sealed depths. It's as if the pyramid itself inhales, drawing in the air and you with ravenous force. The gust slams into you, tearing at your cloaks, your hair, your footing. It seems like a living thing intent on dragging you over the threshold. You stagger, your hands grasping at any purchase. Everyone make a reflex check.
God, here go all the wizards blown down the corridor.
I've got a pretty decent dex.
Compare 3 times.
Okay, we're missing a couple more
Like we
people.
need Aramilla, Cornelius, and the snake.
Find my pit rates. It's just lucky. 21 for Paramella.
Pretty good. Okay. All right. So, as you're all trying to keep your balance, below, at the base of the stairs, the water erupts into a boiling frenzy as if the pyramid's awakening has stirred some kind of wrath in the depth. The once calm surface churns violently and the water level surges upward, lapping hungrily at the lower steps. From the condensation dripping along the pyramid's ancient walls, a crescendo of water droplets break free, swept into the air by the gale, and they fall like a shimmering storm, catching the dim light and filling the space with a misty, otherworldly glow, beautiful, yet indicating some kind of deadly force. As the water begins rising closer to the landing with every passing second. You go and reveal
We
the
run inside
room.
and slam the doors.
That sounds like the plan.
So I guess nobody failed the reflex save then?
Alright, so the people that failed their reflex checks. Bearjack failed his reflex.
What a show.
Snake was a 17.
Alright, Bearjack takes 15 points of damage and gets sucked into the room in front of all of you.
Okay, let me find. That's probably Beardrack.
I moved him for everyone.
Okay.
Alright, next person. Bearjack gets sucked in. Theron saves. Victoria gets sucked into the pyramid.
So that's going to be then everyone except Cornelius and Aramilla.
I believe so.
Of
That
course,
is
the two
correct.
tanks get stuck outside the room.
Adam Miller attempts to use the spear to
Oh no,
keep...
wait, Theron's okay. He rolled higher.
Sorry about
So yeah, Theron,
I'll-
Aramilla, and
I'll go.
Cornelius.
I'm going to say Adam Miller attempts to use the spear to help keep a balance, but we're still going to try to move in towards the room.
Okay. All right. Let me go and roll damage for the people that got sucked in. Beardrack took 15.
Yep.
Let's see. Victoria takes 18 points. Damasc takes 18 points. And the Viper takes 18 points.
I forgot.
And
All right. The
Impious.
rest of you can take a move.
You didn't roll damage for Impious.
Oh, okay. 12 points.
So the rest of us can move up to, well, Theron can move 12, correct?
You can move 24 if you run.
Yeah, he's not going to run because
Okay.
that might lose balance. Theron and Cornelius are going to go in the doors, just in the doors, and see if they can pull them shut.
Okay. It appears the outer doors are stuck.
Well, that's fun.
Do you want to make...
just said that
I'll let you
outer
make a
doors
strength
push-
check
push-
if you want to try to close them and spend your
Push
round.
them with.
I think it would be worth a try, so obviously that's just going to be corny.
You fail.
Okay.
All right. The air is still howling and whistling, and you can see water falling from the ceiling. It is the next round. All of you can take standard actions.
Well, I guess we're gonna stand up.
Is there a second set of doors at the other end of this initial corridor?
Um,
Like
the
this
wind
second
is still
set, right?
blowing really violently into the room, and there are papers and trinkets and a variety of items blowing about in the room. It seems to be sucking the air toward the north through the portcullis in front of you, but the hallway beyond the portcullis is shadowed and difficult to see down. There are large bronze doors to the west and to the east.
So, from what Cornelius and them were trying to do when they were trying to get the doors shut, is it the wind that's keeping the doors from closing? Is that the problem?
It could be, or making it more difficult to close. The outer doors seem to be far more corroded than the inner pair.
Okay, so we should try to shut this inner pair.
Now, the inner pair, is that just a mess up of roll 20? Did they open inward as well? In other words, to the room where everybody got blown?
No, they were already open.
Right, but do they open towards where we got blown in from, or do they open towards the room where almost everybody is now?
Open toward the outside rather than the inside. So
Okay,
they're
so those
properly
should.
oriented.
Okay, so they should be easier to close because the wind's actually going to help.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I was going for. All right, well, I didn't have Cornelius run, so he's stuck just outside of those doors. If we go to
Okay.
next round, he will try and pull the doors closed when...
All right, you guys, it's the next round. You can see the water bubbling up at the base of the stairwell outside.
Yep, so Cornelius is gonna move in and attempt to close the doors.
Okay, Beardrak is going to use the aid another action. So if he gets more than a 10 on his strength roll, he can give you a +2.
Well, it already looks like
they
he
close,
closed them, so...
Yeah, they close readily without any difficulty, and they slam shut.
Well, fine then. Now let's hope that the airlock doesn't
Okay.
work the same way in reverse on the way out.
So you've taken refuge within the pyramid, the heavy inner door slamming shut behind you with a resounding clang that reverberates through the stone chamber. The violent wind that nearly dragged you inside has been silenced, replaced by an oppressive stillness that settles over the room like a shroud. The space you find yourselves in is large and square, approximately 45 feet by 45 feet, with a high ceiling swallowed by shadows above. The air hangs heavy with a musty scent of damp stone and decay. Scattered across the cold stone floor lie the remnants of some long-abandoned purpose. Broken stools, overturned chairs, and small piles of debris crunching underfoot as you step forward. The wind that preceded your entry has left its mark, stirring the scene into disarray. Papers and dust have been swept into the corners where they nest like forgotten specters. And at the heart of the room stands a large ornate desk, its once polished surface now scarred by time, and behind it, sprawled ignobly on the floor, lies a badly decayed skeleton with yellow bones, brittle and half covered in a shroud of dust and cobwebs, disturbed by the wind, so that the skull rests in an unnatural angle, hollow eye sockets gazing into nothingness.
So I guess first question is, looking at the skeleton, does it seem to be a human skeleton?
You have any skills?
Well, I'm sure I have some. I'm not sure if they're the right ones.
I would think adventurers have seen human skeletons, though.
I think we fought human skeletons before.
Well, it wouldn't be wilderness survival, but it'd be like an adventuring skill, wouldn't it?
Well, I guess it could be.
Is it knowledge dungeoneering?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Or maybe.
Alright, I will roll that.
Oh. This is the body of a halfling.
It's a very tall halfling.
Indeed it is. I can't shrink him, though.
Huh. So, I mean, I'm no expert on the ancient ichthyoid civilization, but I don't think they had halflings work as their receptionists. So, either this is some
likely
poor
an adventurer.
unfortunate. Yeah.
You see what looks like rotten backpack with split seams that have kind of revealed their contents, kind of hanging out to a certain degree. And you see...
Oh, I'm not touching that. That's yellow mold.
You see like a corroded dagger and what looks like some clothing spilling out of it.
It's just asking to get a face full of yellow mold. I don't think so.
Impious will cast Detect Magic in the room.
Okay, cast Detect Magic and looks about the room. You come across a slender blade with a faintly glowing edge. And also, searching about the room with the Detect Magic, on the floor, you see a simple band of dark iron. The surface is etched with the faint web-like patterns. Glowing blue from Detect Magic.
Possibly a web spell.
Impious will, just for safety's sake, well, he's got a glove on, so he'll pick up the items and put them in the portable hole.
Okay.
Just in case they're cursed, you never know.
So Beardrack, with his dark vision, what can he see past the portcullis?
He can see this.
A door!
So you see a short hallway with grates along the floor and a doorway at the end.
Well, the grates must be where all the wind went. Is the portcullis locked?
So who's going to try to open the portcullis?
Beardrack, since he's standing right in front of it.
Crackle! A terrifying noise zaps out of nowhere. Go ahead and roll a reflex check for Beardrack.
16.
I've been disappeared again on it.
Anybody with spellcraft can identify the spell if you want.
Okay. Did it do any damage to Beardrack, or?
Yeah, I'm checking. I'm not very good with this book. There's no attribute bonus for stored spells, is there? So the DC is 16. It is Chain Lightning, discharging on Beardrack.
Oh.
So he takes half damage. So 38, he takes 19 points of damage. And then everyone within 30 feet of Beardrack gets hit with Chain Lightning half damage.
So that's the whole party.
I think so. Let me check.
Because is it 30 feet from Beardrack and then 30 feet from the next person and so on?
No, I think it's actually just 30 feet from Beardrack. I could be wrong, but...
Thought it was 30, then next target within 30.
6
then
tiles. So
30,
everyone
then
except
Cornelius.
Cornelius, yes. Okay, so everybody go ahead and roll a reflex check. The DC is 16. So half damage to Theron.
I'd already rolled for Viper. Viper got a 16, and Viper takes none if it's successful.
Oh, yeah, evasion. That's right. So Viper saved. Damasc took full damage. So Theron takes half. So Theron takes 13 points. Halved is 7. Then Damasc takes full damage. 14 points. Amara Miller takes 15 points. Theron takes half.
Oh, wait, did Theron?
Yeah, he's Impious takes half, sorry. So 10 points to Impious. And Victoria takes half. Takes 9 points for Victoria. So everybody gets crackled with the chain lightning.
I will say, though, the detect magic should have shown up something about that door. Just saying.
Yeah, you would think so, except this is a high-level deviant spellcaster here. So, as he does that, the chain lightning goes off, and then both the statues in the room begin to move. And you realize, again, that these statues did not detect magically at all.
Well, constructs don't necessarily detect magic, but the magical trap should have.
You would think. Okay. So there is a spell called non-detection. So what I did is I rolled some d20s to compare his detect magic to non-detection. And guess what? Guess who had a higher level?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Totally isn't just the bullshit reasoning because you forgot.
Neat. The trap is non-detectable on the portcullis as well as the two statues there.
So how recently did they cast this non-detection?
Well, they can be applied with permanency. I know, it's only 1 hour
So
per
some
round.
caster came through here and blew about 1,000 experience points.
Well,
Permanency
more.
everything, huh?
Because the carotid columns also are magical. Because I was like, how do I prevent these guys from detecting my magic statues? And then, of course, you guys didn't even...
I will say non-detection is not on the list for permanency.
Say what?
So are them statues now moving and animated and attacking?
Exactly.
Right, whether they're permanent or not, it's irrelevant. Just let's go and fight. It's irrelevant whether it's
Fighting with the interface. Can we just... Alright, looks like we might be missing a couple initiatives here.
I'm not pressure on mine yet. I'm trying to find it on my page.
Gotcha. There's a macro, too, you can add to your screen.
Oh, I've got one. I just didn't press that. I'll find my token and I'll on the sheet. So.
Okay, so it looks like Victoria is first.
Can I stand up?
I assume you've already stood up, but...
Yeah.
Oh, is that Victoria on floor?
Okay, well, then I'm going to try casting Magic Missile at one of the statues, right?
There's me thinking the half-legged I had a flame-haired prostitute, and then they expired, and the prostitute was still on the floor. No, it's Vixen. Right, apologies. By the time I got in the room, the red-haired thing was already on the floor, so I didn't know whether it were a permanent fixture or not.
Yeah, instead of D&D, we're playing P&P, Pirates and Prostitutes.
Oh dear.
Okay, well, the statues are attacking, correct?
Yes.
The statues have activated, yes.
Now, did you give Beardrack his stone cunning chance to find them before this happened?
He didn't even try! Nobody, spent any time inspecting the statues.
Stone cunning's automatic.
Gotta be like, I sniff this stuff out. I use my skills.
Dwarves get automatic stone cunning, but I'm going to ignore it for now. Let's just fight the columns.
Yeah, what is stone cunning anyway?
So when a dwarf passes by a trap or an unnatural object made of stone, they get a free search check that you do for them.
No way! Like an elf with secret doors?
Yep.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know. I didn't actually know about this at all. But they don't get it for a secret door made of stone?
I think it's for traps and unnatural stonework. Secret doors are worked to look like real stone. Maybe for a secret door, I don't know.
So, carotid columns would count.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the carotid column. I think they're one of the creatures that their entry specifically says something about stone cunning.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. And reveal. They rolled really low initiative, so, yeah. Did you roll damage with your magic missile?
Not yet, because I didn't want to interrupt the discussion.
Okay, column is damaged. You can move up to 6 squares as a human. Looks
I'm
like
gonna take a couple steps back.
Airmill is next.
I guess since I'm going to now carrying me long spear, I'll stab that one in front of me.
Okay.
Bonus, no.
You might want to move your dude next to the when you're attacking.
It's a reach weapon, so I can't stand directly next to it anyway. I need to
It's a long weapon. Okay. So 19 just barely bounces off the creature with a miss. All right. Milla Impious is next.
So it's reach 10, so I need to be whatever 10 is, as close as 10 to be able to strike it.
Have I been skipped?
Yeah, I don't even see you. Yeah, you're 15. Sorry. Okay, you have been skipped.
Impious can do his thing first, because you already wiped him from the
I'm just
initiative, and I don't
casting a
want him to
magic
miss-
missile and moving.
Okay, go ahead. And then we'll do Tomas. Sorry about that.
19, but plus 50%. 9, 27.
One on the right or the left?
Whichever one got damaged already. And then I'm going to move back.
Okay, it's damaged. Okay, Tomas this time.
Okay, I am going to cast slow on the two of them, so I'll need a will save.
Okay. Okay. 16.
So that is a fail.
And the other one, 19.
19 makes it.
Okay, so the one closest to you is slowed. Right. Yep, you move out of the way. Theron is next.
By the way, did we get an initiative for Bear Direct?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's got a
I don't-
6.
Okay, okay. It just didn't say a name on there, so I wasn't sure. All right, Theron will Scorching Ray the one that hasn't been damaged yet.
Okay.
I don't want to waste damage if I'm lucky enough to take it out. All right, Scorching Ray. That probably all hits, right?
I'm not sure on that last one. They may actually have a dex score.
No, they don't.
They're statues.
It's a touch of 10.
Cool, then all of them hit. Nice.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one that wasn't damaged yet.
Okay.
Oh, I was trying to roll them all. So obviously I'm going to count the one, and now I'll roll an 11d6. So that's 49 total. 49 plus 50%. 74.
Okay, you do massive damage. Hang on just a sec. I gotta check my notes real quick.
And we're in the background. Disco Inferno starts playing.
All right, go ahead and toss a d20. No problem. Okay. Could you also toss a d20 for, what's his name, Impious?
Sure.
Victoria, I need to throw one too.
Yes.
And what about my slow spell?
I suppose so, yeah, roll a d20 for that one too. Yeah.
Oh god, that means they're immune to everything, aren't they?
Maybe. So far, nobody's failed.
I think Steve had to step away to get a drink or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, what are we waiting for me for?
Yeah, roll a d20. Okay. Yeah, nobody failed. So yeah, the stone column just got thrashed hardcore. Next is Cornelius. You can move up to 12 in a charge.
And charging is what I will do. Attempting to finish that statue off.
Get +2 to your attack.
Cool. Okay, why is the... Maybe too many character screens up. There we go.
Okay, that's a hit.
Was it just +2 to hit, or was it +2 to damage as well?
+2 to damage as well, yeah.
Okay, so I rolled that right then.
Okay, it damages the column. You will get an impression that there's some kind of damage resistance.
Yeah, I figured.
All right, and then who's next? Looks like Beardrak.
Okay. Well, let me see. Since they haven't had a turn yet, they don't get an attack of opportunity if I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
So we will do, I guess, rare. May as well get some bonuses going.
Okay. The column is decided between Beardrak and Cornelius. 3 Cornelius attacks Cornelius. 29. Just missed Cornelius.
Did prayer affect the?
Gives you a +1 to hit. Does it give you any AC bonus?
I think what prayer isn't prayer. So the
Prayer's
two of them
different in 3.5.
Yeah, prayer gives us a +1 on attack rolls, damage rolls, saves, and skill checks, and they get a -1 on everything, or on the same things.
Oh, so -1
exactly.
to hit. Okay.
So yeah, it's a 2-point sway total.
All right, and then second character choices between Beardrak and Aramilla.
It can't, unless it can reach them already. It has to move, and it's slowed, so it loses its attack.
Oh, because it has to move?
Yep.
It's slow. Yep, that's the slowed one, too. Okay. Well, obviously these are nothing to you guys. Everybody roll initiative? Okay. It is first so far, yeah.
How haggard does the statue I hit last time look? Is it pretty beat up, or do I, what's my judgment? Do I need to stay nuclear, or do I scale back down a little?
I'll let you make a... Do you have any ability in crafting constructs or anything like that?
No, Wimpy does, but okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, the only other thing I could think of would be knowledge engineering, but I'm not sure you have that.
Yeah, I don't. So, all right, I'll just magic missile the one that I hit last time.
Okay. Zap.
17.
Crashes to the floor.
Nice to know I made a good call.
Right. Next is Beardrak.
Well, he's gonna move over, get a nice flanking. I don't know if that helps, but we'll do it anyway.
Okay. You get +2.
And he is going to... Well, I guess he would have had his longsword out and not the hammer, so longsword it is.
Okay.
Additional attack bonus of 1 for prayer.
That's a hit.
Okay. And 1 damage for prayer. 29 points of damage.
He gets a sense that it's got a lot of damage resistance as well. Does he get... He gets a second attack. Was he in melee already? No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
So I don't know if it matters, but 16 of that damage was from the fire, it looks like.
Oh, okay. I don't think it made any difference, but that's okay.
Okay.
Hamas... Oh, no, sorry. Impious is next.
Magic missile again.
Okay.
27.
And they're dead.
Oh, squish! Let's roll a d12. Would be no. Would be 6 o'clock. So, Aramilla, go ahead and make a reflex check.
Did somebody say to cast some sort of spell?
No, the column's about to land on top of you. You need to jump out of the way.
It'd be hilarious if the columns kill you via falling on you far more efficiently than fighting you.
I know, they've done nothing.
Does she get a bonus because it's slowed?
Yeah, I'll give her like a +2. But no, you rolled a 1.
Oh, man.
Oh, and the DM rolls epic number of 1s. 7 points of damage.
That's a Steve roll right there.
No kidding. Steve has
Well, you see,
to work for that.
It's because Beardrak rolled good on initiative, therefore it doomed everyone to
Right.
crazy rolls today.
All right, since we're quasi beat up here, how about we try to open the other doors? Well, one at a time, obviously, and then maybe heal and rest.
So amidst all that, Zee, was the portcullis locked?
I was about to say, and the portcullis is locked.
Well, there we go. Now we know.
I had typed a message ages ago before you even got to the monsters saying that I sent the snake through the portcullis if it fitted.
That would have been interesting.
If you notice, I'd rolled reflex save anyway, so if Trapper had gone off, it would have still made it would have still had to open thing. But I'd put it on the other side of the portcullis if you notice.
I don't think it would have triggered any of that.
Nope. Going through the hole's different than trying to open it.
As I said
Exactly.
Beardrak went to touch the portcullis anyway, so Snake would have still gone through as instructed, but everything else would have still gone off the same.
Yeah, I don't know. All my spells were bound to attempt to open the portcullis. So
I just looked at the size of holes and thought a snake can probably fit through there.
He just saw a hole and wanted to put his snake in it.
Oh, we're back to P&P.
Adam Miller
Did you
is
really
female.
say that?
I'll comment. Adam Miller is female. Albeit via reincarnation.
Well, you still
was
could
originally a male.
send your Viper through.
I put it is actually on the side of the door, but
Well, on the bright side, there was 2 of those statues and they're dead. So if we try the other doors, they can't reanimate again.
Well, and actually, I got Theron will go ahead and cast Detect Magic just in case this non-detection trap bullshit, being higher levels than MPS helps.
a snake basically would advance, discover whatever door that is, and then if it can't pass through it, return. I'm just trying to determine what to link businesses with this.
So is there any difference between the 2 bronze doors, see? The ones to the left and right?
Let me take a look. I have to check the old rules again.
Yep, and a higher level Detect Magic this time.
It says link share spells, evasion and devotion, and multi-attack. Yeah, then specific.
Okay, so the door to the west radiates magic, and the door to the east radiates magic, both very faintly.
What do you think, Andrew? Dispel Magic?
I definitely can try.
I have one as well.
All right, any preference to which door we try first?
He said west first, so let's say east.
I see. He's got nefarious plans again, huh?
Does he ever not?
It would be out of character if he didn't, that's for sure.
Indeed.
All right, let me grab my Dispel Magic. Okay. So I need to make a caster level check, or 1d20 plus caster level against the spell. All right, Dispelling Magic on the left door. So if the person that enchanted it is level 13 or lower, it works.
The magic aura disappears.
Well, there we go. That's one door disenchanted.
Yep, and Theron's now going to cast on the other one.
Okay, you also get a plus 10.
Yep, so I'm just going to roll the d20. We'll add the 10.
21. So that would
So
be...
if the caster's 10th level or lower, it would dispel.
It fails.
All right, well, we at least know.
So which door?
So-
It was the west door that you disenchanted?
No, I thought the east.
The east.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you had said west first, and I said, let's go the opposite of what he
Gotcha.
said first.
So it's the east first. Got it.
How is everyone doing for health, by the way? Because we can take a moment and do a couple cure spells if we need to.
Imp's down to 29.
I'm at half strength.
So then, yeah, it's probably worth doing a Cure Light Wounds Mass or 2.
Aramella's down a little bit. Snake's down a little bit. I've done a single spell that Aramella shares with the snake because she can do that with him.
Okay, well, I'm just going to have Bear Drag do a Cure Light Wounds Mass for at least a little bit.
Everybody stands in the crowd.
1d8 plus 11.
That'll put both Aramella and Snake on full. So within the range of it.
So everyone in the room gets 18 hit points back.
Nice. 3 down, so that's all fine. Okay, I guess we're trying the east door.
Who's going to open the door?
Oh, well, Bear Drag, because he's right in front of it, even though I had Damasc clicked on, my bad.
How many hit points does Bear Drag have?
He's at 99 out of 115.
So what you're saying is, because we haven't got a rogue, is I need to teach the snake the trick of opening a door so that it can make the reflex check to totally evade any trap.
I mean, either that or the next time someone's available to get a cohort, they just have to take a Dahlgrim along.
There you go.
You see a long hallway disappearing into darkness. Everybody can take a move action if you like.
Yep. Just counting out the tiles.
Selecting both people. Counting both. Yeah.
How do I stand Imp back up, or is that a you thing, Z?
If you right click on him and then go to status, it's under there.
Got it. Cool.
Oh, so it's
But
not
at least
that
I'll know
high.
from now on.
You can jump down if you like. Alright. Let me go ahead and make a dice roll in here. Alright, everybody can go ahead and make a move if you like.
What are these spikes? coming out of the side wall.
They look like kind of gross of mineral from the walls.
So black crystal. Okay.
So that's a wooden door at the side.
My detect magic should still be active, so did they show magical?
Okay, so you're going to move up and detect. What's the range on the detect magic?
60 feet, I believe.
Yeah, which should definitely get to the first cluster.
The door here, just outside above where I am, alternating both sides. Oh, there's a choice to open the door. I didn't know that.
Snake can really open a door.
Oh, well, you can click on it and it gives a plus and it says open it. So
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah,
press the
got
open
it.
shelf.
So, any magicalness on the crystal?
No magicalness on the crystal.
Okay.
That is a lot of doors.
The doors that face the south radiate faint magical aura.
Meaning more goddamn traps.
Well, if it's a functioning spell, a faint aura would be 3rd level or lower. So it could be a fireball trap very well.
I'm going to attempt to push my creature to attempt to open this door handle.
Teaching the snake how to open doors.
Okay.
It might be a handle animal check to see if it understands the trick.
Yeah, do a handle animal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look it up onto my skill page. Handle animal. There we go. Bam.
So you're like, see there, hissy? Oh, yeah.
Prodigy at door opening.
That snake is in communication. Go ahead and request the door opening.
Yeah, I'm back to my page. Press the token. Press the door. And snake would like to open a door.
That's insane.
The heck?
Yeah, smells like a kitchen. Looks like
The
cooking and
campfire's
food.
burning in this ancient underground temple.
That was sealed in by water.
It's like a full military encampment in this room.
So the fires are truly active, see?
No, they're just light sources.
Okay.
Is the cook
They're burning
so there's no,
green because they're eternal flames, so they don't give off any heat.
They are imaginary flames.
Well, it is a lovely little room, but I think the passage of time's probably made just about anything we can find in here unusable.
Yeah, this looks like a training or barracks area. There are some boxes, in various states of decomposition. It appears that it's been quite a long time since anyone has occupied these rooms.
How have you done that?
How did you do that? That was cool.
I don't know, which is why I said that, because I brushed the keyboard and then all of a sudden a thing came up that said, "Speak his vixen."
That is hilarious. How did you do it? Oh, somebody knows how to. No, nobody else figured it out.
all right, something came up that said speakers, Vixen.
I have to go and find this. T is how you pull up the ping as a shortcut.
T.
M is for rulers.
So is T the ping that we press on, hold it on, something pings it for everybody else?
You just press enter.
Oh,
Okay.
Speakers Adam Miller. Oh, we type message out.
Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Just press enter. Go ahead and do a search.
Yep.
I pressed the search before. I was just tapping it as an instruction for everyone else to just search as well. I rolled a 21. Potting for lunch. As in any rodents that may be around.
not care for all that crinkling.
Yeah. Mute that microphone. Anyone else searching?
I'll search.
Okay, let me take a look. Okay, so Aramilla and Theron. So you can see some crude wooden frames where bunks were built, tents that have been pitched. Their linen coverings are kind of just beyond repair. You see straw mattresses that have been reduced to clumps of moldy rot. And you see some gear and small weapons and tattered leather strips dangling around on the floor. Everything has decayed seriously from the time it has been in here. So...
Does I'm look anything like the stuff the kobolds are wearing out?
Better than nothing. Here we go with the snake again.
What are we doing with the snake?
Opening
gonna
the.
order
He
it to open
probably
the
doesn't
door
need a
again.
handle animal check again. He just needed it the first time so you could teach him how to do it.
Yeah, that snake is a genius at opening doors.
It's like hilarious.
So, all right. So there was, Aramilla also found a small bronze figurine of the warrior, 50 gold pieces. Its details worn but still recognisable, and none from them all restored. That's a genius idea. Train the snake to open the door. Genius.
There's some kind of dex buff we can put on him that he automatically evades.
Wait, he's got evade already. He's got evasion, so if
That's what I'm
traps the
saying.
door.
So yeah, is there a way we can buff him up to like, God, what's the higher evasion? Uncanny evasion or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Improved evasion, but that's mostly going to be a
Rogue
by level
skill.
up skill. You can't just cast that on him,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I can cast Cat's Grace on it if I needed to bump its actual deck, so.
Well, that
All
looks
right.
like a bunch of junk laying near the table.
It is a bunch of junk.
Huh. Are you reveling in the junk you've discovered?
Not really, but you know.
So we found
All
some
right.
junk.
How about we have the snake take a shot at the next door, since we're on a roll. Cross the hall.
So
Yeah.
because you taught him how to do it, he should just be able to open the doors normally.
At least these kind of doors.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't.
Because they have the pull handle.
Oh,
Wow.
Door disappeared. Terrifying.
That's a trap.
Alright, give me just a sec here, guys.
This one is still occupied.
There's no way any of this is occupied. At least
Not with anything alive.
exactly. Ooh. Does that look like a ghoul?
You can make a religion check if you like.
I think Snake sees religion. I think Snake just sees all beastie. I'm not moving near that. Snake sees opens door, sees monster, wriggles around the door handle on the back side of the door, and stays back on this side of the door.
I think Corny rolled good enough to get that answer.
Yeah.
Looks like Gollum.
Okay, this is a morgue. Undead creature. And particularly ferocious.
Okay.
You hear the
I
doorways.
guess we're rolling initiative.
It makes some horrible shrieking sound. Not like a scream, but like a demonic possessed creature. Alright, okay. Aramilla's. No, Cornelius is first. Wait, Theron, actually. These freaking decimal numbers are throwing my brain off. Theron is first.
I hear you. Okay. Well, how dangerous do
I
I
mean,
think
If
this
it helps, Z, there is a
is?
sort button that can put him in order for you.
Really? There is!
Yeah.
Genius!
Do it one more time.
Accolades.
One more
Yeah,
time.
because
There
it
you
went.
go.
There you go. All right.
Top button on top.
Yeah, we can all see it, but it only works for Z.
What
I
does
like-
Wizardly Band want to do?
I'm gonna go nuclear.
You should move somewhere to be able to look at what you're
Yep.
doing. Okay, so you're zapping him with the ray.
Yep.
You hit once.
Wow.
Dances about, cackles and giggles.
Yeah, whatever.
You see, an 11 and 9 are pretty bad rolls.
They were bad rolls, that's right.
24.
Okie doke. There it is done. Leos.
He will charge, and he can include a smite in that since this is undead, yes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Getting the whole corny thing down. Single attack. Let's see.
That's a hit.
Okay. And now the smite. It's just 1 point per level, yeah?
I'm not sure, is that right?
I will figure it out.
I've got the handbook open.
We move to the next thing while I find it. It's all fine.
Smite Evil. Once per day, you add your charisma bonus to your attack roll, deal 1 extra damage per paladin level.
Okay, so 7 more points. 'Cause you're
And the
7th level
charisma bonus,
guy.
yeah?
So the
Yeah.
charisma bonus goes to the attack roll, not to the damage roll.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I hit anyway, so that's fine. So yes, +7. Cool.
Okay, extra.
So
clunk.
27 total.
Alright, you chop it kind of hard. Alright. Let's take a look here. Cornelius is done. Impious is next.
Okay, where is that? Yeah, I'm probably out of range to do anything. So I'll just move to where I have sight.
Aramilla?
Okay. I've got a question regarding the floor surface. Is it stone? Is it wet? Is it dry? Is it wood?
It's made of stone. It's wet with a lot of like dirt and debris on top.
That's okay. I'm going to move up into the room and attempt to stab it from with the long spear.
Okay.
A great deal of damage could have been like piercing, and the damage is 10 damage, but it's piercing, so I don't know how much of that it's going to actually affect.
Okay, creature is wounded. Looks like the morgue is next. So it attacks Cornelius. Ooh! It's just a hit. Alright. So it slams Cornelius. Cornelius takes 8 points of damage. And it can do a full attack. Alright, so it hit with the slam. It can start a free grapple. A grapple is a free action. So it tries grappling with Cornelius. If somebody could roll a grapple with Cornelius.
Got it.
No problem. So he doesn't grapple him, and then he tries to tongue Cornelius.
Ew.
Oh, he successfully tongues Cornelius.
Icky.
So make a fortitude save. You succeed. Okay.
I will not be paralyzed today, sir. Ooh.
Oh, that's
More of the same?
More of the same. They come running out of the rooms at the end of the hall.
Yes, I believe we need a turn undead. All right, quit moving them, Z.
I know, it's like they're not responding. They all want to move at the same time, and it's like I have to let go. Because I want to measure some distances here. So that's...
From Arabella's perspective, I'm glad I actually went into that fucking room now.
doors.
The snake is there. I'd said on Snake Scene Mont Beast, it purposely entwined itself and stayed attached to the door.
Alright, so that's where the morgues end their move. One of the morgues runs past the wizard. So Theron, you can take a attack of opportunity if you like.
I'm sure I'll miss, but why not?
You hit it. Oh,
Look
no,
at
you
that.
did. Wait, do you have a bonus? Do you have a prayer?
How long?
I think it probably...
Oh, expired because you guys rested, didn't you?
We did
No.
not rest.
No, so you just missed then. Swing
Oh,
and a miss. Okay, alright. So we've got one morgue on Theron. It attacks
Yeah, prayer has rounds as duration, so that's definitely expired.
29. Looks like a hit.
Jesus.
13 points of damage on Theron. And it tries to grapple with Theron next.
Yeah, this isn't gonna go as well as it did for Cornelius.
Grapples with you. Go and make a grapple check.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'd bother, but...
Okay. Latches onto you. It's all over you. Now it tries to tongue you. Okay, so now that you're grappled...
So, Z,
Can it do the... I think it can't do it... Wait. Can it do attack? Just with a single attack, it can't do the tongue.
It gets a slam or a tongue.
Yes.
Its full attack would be a slam and a tongue.
So you guys are just grappling on the floor and there's no tongue because his speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And we already did the attack in the room and the other one's still coming down the hall. Oh, there's one on the snake. 19.
What's that AC? According to this, AC is 24.
It missed. Okay, that's it for that. Victoria is next.
Okay, I can move 6 tiles and cast a spell.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'd like to cast Scorching Ray at the one just down the hall.
Okie doke. A couple touch attacks. One hit.
4d6.
I'm trying.
That's the easy part.
Okay, takes a bunch of damage. Tomas is next.
Okay.
God, why couldn't you have rolled better initiative for Bear Direct? Jeez, they could have been turned
The
already.
one grappling with Theron needs to make a fortitude save. Damn it. Of course, it rolls a nat freaking
That's a
20.
roll. That's a 20 I typed by accident.
Oh. Well, you have to roll a dice, sir.
There we go.
All right, I turned it into a toad. Baleful Polymorph.
Oh.
So that Morg is now permanently a toad.
Okay, so it turns into a toad, really?
A 1-hit die toad.
Okay.
Life's a bitch, mister.
I guess it can make a will save to try and keep its extraordinary supernatural spell-like abilities, any spell-casting ability, and the intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores of the original form.
On a positive note, at least he had a toad token available.
It was the one grappling Theron, not the one fighting the snake.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was choosing to get involved to rescue Theron. As much as I love the
And that is-
snake, the wizard's more
Yeah.
likely to get eaten here.
Indeed.
How many hit points does it get?
So it is a no more than 1-hit die, so it's a standard toad physically.
Okay, I gave it a few hit points. Alrighty, that was surprising. Especially for an undead creature. It's all, did ooh, what?
And now you're a frog.
That's pretty
Yeah.
wild.
And it was all happy that it grappled me.
It was pretty excited about the whole affair. You know, it's like, ah,
Yeah.
a willing victim.
I get it.
Beardrak is next.
Okay, well, I guess he's going to do the cleric thing and try to turn all of these guys. Let me see what I have to roll for that, 'cause it's been a minute. Cleric.
And make sure you check the range before you do it, because you might want to move a little bit
Oh,
first.
yeah, I'm going to have it move. Just a second while I turn her a beak undead. Okay. Good cleric. Wait, where's the range? It's on a different page. It's not under the class thingy.
Imagine. It's probably in the DMG, huh?
No, it's page 159, apparently. I just don't get why they don't have the rules for it right there, but okay. Turning undead, okay. Range. 60 feet, and they can't have total cover. So Beardrak kind of has to move here. So I guess it does not provoke attacks of opportunity, so the toad doesn't get to attack me. Okay. The first check how powerful. 1d20 plus charisma modifier. So his charisma's oddly low, but anyway. He can turn up to 3 hit
my
dice.
god.
So
The toad croaks at you a little bit.
So that I'm just gonna say that's an utter fail, and there's no point in rolling because he can't turn them. They're too
Yeah,
strong
nothing
for that.
happened at all. my special
All right, I
feels
guess-
are bad.
Guess we're initiative again.
Yeah,
Is that the
everybody
last
roll
one?
initiative.
Damasc rolling well, though.
This is true.
Yeah, Tomas by a mile there.
Well, okay. Second while I fix this, I didn't realize I had my spells set up wrong. Okay. I guess next up is going to be... Next, I'm going to try and do something about... Do I rescue the snake or do I haste? I think I'm going to haste. Because let me see, this should be... Yeah, okay, so I can
haste on the snake. Turn it into Ninja Snake.
Well, I can center haste on Beardrak, and that can hit, I think, everybody.
Except Vixen.
Except Vixen. Yep.
Okay, you cast haste. Vixen, you're next.
Another scorching ray.
Same guy.
That's the plan.
That's a miss. And that's a hit. Okay, take some damage. Impious is next. Hey, do you
So
need a...
with-
Go ahead.
Would that move provoke a reaction attack from the one engaged with the snake? To just behind Theron?
Not unless you move past it.
Nope, just right there. Just wanted to get a bead on the one down the hall. And the tried and true cannot miss magic missile. 19 plus 50%. 29.
Is it the one closer or farther from you?
The one down the hall from Theron. The one coming towards him. The one not engaged with the snake.
Okay. And that was 29.
Yes.
Okay. Takes it in the chin, keeps coming. Beardrak is next.
Pretty sure you can try turning again.
I certainly can. So I'm
Not
gonna
saying you
attempt-
have to.
I'll attempt to turn undead again. Okay, so undead of up to 13 hit dice is the most powerful undead I can affect.
Okay, go ahead and roll the amount of HD
And
affected.
turning damage is 2d6 plus cleric level plus charisma modifier. So 2d6 plus 13.
11.
Well, he's got 2
Okay.
for charisma modifier, so
Right.
2d6
Plus, yeah.
It's 19 levels. And that's not an undead toad anymore, is it?
Yeah, the toad's not gonna be affected.
And so it starts with the closest one, so the one with the snake first, and then so on.
So the snake will get an attack of opportunity while it runs away.
On the
That makes
thing's turn,
sense.
yeah.
It runs away and
After
it attacks,
turning,
it stops
it's
it
gonna-
turning anyway, doesn't it? Snakes go what to climb over the door, evade that creature because it looks a horrible creature. And it's just a natural snake. It's not a magical snake. It's not a. It's instinctive. It's attacked. It's typically according to its guidance. It's to hide or flee.
Okay, well, to finish Beardrak's turn, I'm gonna move and put him in between Theron and the incoming one.
Cute.
So yeah, so snake just lets it run. And starts ascending the door.
Oh god, it's gonna open the
Reasonable.
door at the end of the hallway and let something else in.
Hey,
No, we're going to go up and over this door.
if it opens the door and keeps us from not having to and have it be trapped, wouldn't that be awesome if a trap happened and it got blown up? That'd be pretty cool.
What, door opens, snake opens the door and blows a monster up on the other side. What, snake
Okay.
itself gets perished.
That's it for the turning, just those two.
Okay. And yeah, Beardrak moved and he's done.
Okay. For Aramilla, do you need a snake token on the game so you can roll initiative for the snake separately?
Possibly. The snake is the one that's faster on this occasion. Last time I remember, but the snake is actually the one that's quickest.
Yeah, let me get you a snake token so that it shows up on the initiative, right?
So the snake's scent, would it detect the now natural toad?
Is it Pin Ajahupi?
It's got scent.
Oh, Viper.
Yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't see the
Okay.
toad and be like, ooh, that's food.
Now you can roll initiative
Yeah.
for both Aramilla and your Viper separately.
Okay.
Cool. So let's go and do your Viper next.
So Viper's gonna, if it sensed the toad, it would think, oh, lunch has appeared, and attempt to attack the toad.
Okay.
That makes sense. Oh yeah. It's gonna be a good night, Toady.
Pretty sure the toad is dead.
Go and roll damage.
Pretty sure.
Damage. It's not a lot of damage.
Oh, that was enough.
For a one-hit die creature, yeah.
Toad has been inhaled. Okay, the Morgs are next. So, 1 to 3. The Morg turns its attention away from Cornelius, which you can't hit, and attacks Aramilla.
Does it? No, it can't attack or it can't hit Cornelius.
It can, but it needs like an 18. It doesn't like that.
Aramilla's currently on about 19 or 20. I'll have to double check it.
Is it still prayered?
No, prayer would be long since
Oh,
over.
that's right. So, how about
AC
haste?
is currently 20. I've just double checked because she's not using shield. When she's got spear, she can't use shield.
Okay, but you do get the AC from haste.
Yep, haste is plus 1.
If it's 20 plus 1 for haste, that'll be 21.
Yeah, it missed. Okay, then it can't do anything with the slam. It moved less than 5 feet, so it's going to try to tongue her.
It's just so wrong.
You've definitely been tongued.
All right, go ahead and make a fortitude check.
I don't have a plus 12.
It's a high-level creature.
Yeah, okay.
24,
Everything we
you
face only says
saved.
twice to hit, bonuses that we do.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you're not a
we're
fighter.
fighting high-level stuff.
I mean, this guy has a really high bonus, but it makes up for the fact that he only has 1 damaging attack per turn.
Okay, yeah.
42 check 24.
Theron is next.
Yeah, on the chart, it's equivalent to what, a mummy?
Yeah, it's CR8.
Yeah. So, do I waste my last scorching ray? Well, I don't know if I consider it a waste, but
Is it poisonous, too?
Poisonous? No.
Not the creature when it tongues people, is it poisonous?
No, it's
no.
paralyzing is a supernatural ability, kind of like with ghouls.
Yep. I'll magic missile it, Z.
Okay.
16.
Okay, it's getting shredded pretty good at this point. Aramilla is next.
It's not close now, so I can't use spear on it. So I'll have to drop the spear, draw another weapon.
Couldn't you do the 5-foot step back? Or is that all the move is?
It's a
if you do
10 foot.
that?
It's a 10-foot spear. So even if I step back 5 foot, I still can't stick them with it. I can't use
Got
it
it.
against an innocent creature.
Got it.
And the weapons list on. So next weapon on my list will be my frost scimitar.
I think it's your move action. You pull out the scimitar and you can do a single attack.
Yep.
16 is a miss.
+1 from haste. I don't know if that's enough, but it's there.
Still a miss.
Right. Okay.
Well, Cornelius, you can take your 5-foot step and get a flanking full attack with the bonus hit from haste.
Exactly. I'm pretty giddy about that possibility. Oh my god.
Okay.
At least I hit with the first one.
Roll damage for the first attack.
Yep. Jesus.
Now roll a percentile. 1 to 9.
Critical hit stabs Aramilla. Cornelius continues his spree of druid murder.
How many characters are slain by Cornelius?
Just druids. It's only been druids.
All right, got my chart out finally. You slipped. Go ahead and make a reflex check.
Okay.
You're prone.
Choo.
You fall flat on your back.
Alright.
All right, that's that. Everybody roll initiative.
2 tokens.
So while the morgue is turned, it can only attack if it's cornered, right?
Turning undead. Turn undead flee from you by the best and fastest means available. They flee for 10 rounds. If they cannot flee, they cower. If Beardrak approaches they within 10 feet, they unturn. But anyone else can approach them just fine. Also, all attack rolls against them get a +2 while they're cowering.
Okay.
The one next to Aramilla, or is it gone?
Dead.
Oh, Cornelius's attack took it out.
Yeah, killed it.
That's lucky.
Theron is next.
Oh, so the tactic killed it but fell over.
Move is 12. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't run down there in case there's some that aren't turned.
But wouldn't they have come already?
Maybe.
I'm not sure that's an assumption I'd make.
Fair
It's
enough.
up to you if you want to get done.
If they weren't in sight, they weren't turned.
Can't see the one in a room down there?
No, you can't.
So yeah, maybe you two, Aramilla and Cornelius, go for that guy, and then the 3 of us head further down, and we'll run back this way if there's more than.
Yeah, before
There's
those
more than
10
one.
rounds are up.
Yeah.
All right. Theron is done, I guess. Tomas is next.
And it went in on the door to
There.
your left.
Yep. It's gonna move forward, but not forward enough to get.
Victoria's next.
Okay, are we heading towards where I am, or are we heading towards where you guys are?
Kind of both, because there's a turned undead creature hiding in that like kitchen at the end. You could also just start fireballing the room.
We could.
Sure, it just feels like it's a waste to fireball a single creature.
I don't
Fair
disagree.
enough.
It's just an option.
Oh yeah, and my default option is when in doubt, burn it. I just think there's more effective ways to deal with it.
The idea is roughly half of us are going to head for the one and half for the other and finish it off. Finish them off. What you doing, Steve?
Oh, sorry, I'm going to hold my action.
Okay.
I guess I thought that was implied.
Nope.
But if it comes out of there, I'm going to be ready to hit it with something.
Okay.
And since that one's cornered, wouldn't it make more sense for us to go get that one first and then the other?
They're both cornered.
Ah, never mind.
The issue is there's a limited duration on turning, so we're trying to get them both before they unturn.
Because the only one they'll attack while turned is Beardrak. The rest of us can wail away as we wish.
Okay, if the party wants, I can throw a fireball in there.
Part of my thought is there could be something worthwhile in there that you destroy with the fireball.
Okay, so I'm going to hold my action and go take a leak.
Okay. All right. Who we got next? Cornelius?
Nope.
Better Armilla.
Looks like Bear Drac is next, bizarrely enough.
Oh.
Okay, Beardrack is going to double move down. He'll run so he can see in both these doors. Where is it?
Hiding
There
in
we
one
go.
of the things.
So it
It was
turns out
just sitting in the doorway.
this morgue was not turned,
Okay.
though he did flee. So he held his action. So Bear Drac walks up and it attacks him. Just that doesn't really count as surprise because he knew that morgue was somewhere around this area.
Yeah.
So I guess the held action goes first, and then he can do whatever he wants.
Well, Beardrack had to double move, so he doesn't get an action here.
Oh, there you go. All right. So the morgue attacks him as he appears in the door. 21's a miss.
Definitely.
Okay, Cornelius is next.
Okay, so getting himself up takes an action, yeah?
It's his
Move action.
move action, but you can use your standard as a second move action if you want.
Right. So that's a whopping 6 feet then, right? Or 6 tiles.
Yep.
Oops.
All right, the Viper's next.
There's no current creatures in sight, is there? From where Viper is.
No.
Nope.
I guess just recall to and then be instructed to move towards opening that other door, but he cannot get there this turn. Aramilla will recover her spear, fasten spear on her back, and stick with the scimitar, but also draw a shield. So she's got close to combat weapons and the shield available.
Okay, Impious is next.
I will go behind Beardrack. And I got 1 magic missile left, so let's make it worthwhile. 15 plus 22, 23.
What you shooting
Magic missile.
at? What you shooting at?
The morgue that's engaged with Beardrack.
Okay, yeah, he's right in the doorway there. 15, okay.
22.
22, got it. Okay, they all sink into him.
I'm just going to pop out and talk girlfriend if it works. I'll only do 15-20 minutes, but I don't think there's likely to be much for me to do during that time looking at the situation at the moment, so I shall be back shortly.
All right, so Theron, you're looking down the hallway toward Drac, who's in combat, and you see something blue floating down the hallway towards you from the open doorway. Go ahead, and you're suffering a corrupting gaze. He's blasting you with his ugly face. Oh, wait, sorry. That's not correct. That is not correct. It was... One of these is a 60-foot range. Here we go. Horrific appearance, yes.
Hey, since I held my action, can I throw a fireball?
You will be able to, yes. So any creature within 60 feet that views the ghost must exceed a fortitude save. So both of you make a fortitude check.
Come on.
I think Vixen is slightly out of range for the gaze.
Oh, for the 60 feet? Is it 12 squares?
Yeah, I think she's 65. Oh, I guess she's barely 60. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah,
I measured from the wrong spot.
Victoria fails.
Oh, fuck me.
And Theron succeeds.
So, what's the point of holding my action if other things can just appear and go first?
That's an excellent question.
Well, it means that you get to actually still do something this round instead of totally skipping your turn.
Because you go at 0, so that's when you get your held action.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
there's 2 versions.
so...
There's going at 0, and there's going when a specific condition is fulfilled. But you didn't set a condition, so you go at 0.
Yep. Said I'm gonna hold my...
Oh, come on. It was pretty obvious of what I was holding my action for.
The ghost wasn't there, so that wouldn't be obvious.
No, but something could potentially come through the door that I couldn't see.
Alright, so all this does is stat damage. Die 4 strength, die 4 dex, and die 4 con. So you temporarily lose 1 point of strength, 3 points of dex, and 2 points of con.
Okay.
So that will reduce your hit points a little bit, probably 10 points. That is its entire action. Victoria, you can do your deal, whatever you want to do.
You mean the thing I think I should have been allowed to do first?
Yes,
I
that
can do
thing.
that now.
What you can do?
I'm going to throw a fireball at it.
Okay.
And of course.
Still damage.
Okay, so it's got to make a saving throw. Let me check the reflex here. 22. It saves. So it gains the former skills of its life, which is evasion. So it takes no damage. It dodges out of your fireball. Okay, everybody roll initiative. Alright, the ghost and the morgue's got the same initiative. The ghost is going to float forward.
The what? Is it the ghost anywhere near me?
Nope, not currently.
Yeah, it is.
Not really. No, you're fine. I don't see anything.
You had an opportunity there for some mayhem, and you just let it slide. See, that's so unlike you.
I know. No, everything's fine. Don't worry. So, we are going to do the corrupting gaze next, which is beings at a range of 30 feet. Okay, just Theron is affected with his special gaze. He's giving you a special look. How are you going to react? Make a fortitude save?
Boom. Boom. Go away, ghost.
Okay, nothing happens. You just get kind of a bad vibe from the whole affair.
Oh no, I'm screaming my head off.
Help!
Cornelius!
Alright, the morgue is next. Morgue does his full thing on on Bear. 20's a miss. And then it tries the tongue. Fails with the tongue. Victoria is next.
Magic missile.
Okay. Okay, takes some damage. And the incorporeal does not affect magical missiles, does it?
Nope.
Nope. Force damage ignores just about everything.
Alright. Victoria is done. Theron is next.
Well, I got no choice but to go
Oh,
nuclear.
I'm sorry.
on this
Did Bear
thing.
Jack need to save against the Morg's tongue?
No,
'cause
he missed.
It missed.
The tongue's a touch, isn't it?
Is it? No. Is it just a touch attack? Let me check. Melee touch? You're not kidding. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a save.
He's very not paralyzed.
Okay, he's fine, yeah. No problem. Iggy Tomas.
Oh gosh, none of those scorching rays hit the ghost? Wild.
Oh,
Theron not up.
insubstantial. You were up, actually. So, let me check the AC. Sorry, I didn't see the 20. No, it totally danced out of the way. The 20 hits, though. The 10 and the 8 miss.
Okay. 13, 19. And I'm allowed to move a little bit, right?
Yeah, 6 squares.
Okay.
And then it's Tomas.
Yes. Okay, so I am going to... I guess I'm going to use... Well, I'm going to move up a little bit. And I'm going to... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, do Bear Dragon Impious need help, or do I go back and help the other crowd? I guess Cornelius is coming to their rescue, so I will attempt this first. I'm going to Shadow Evocation and I guess Scorching Rays at the morgue. So it needs to make a will save first. 23, and let me see. So Shadow Evocation is a 5th level spell. So we have a tie. Yeah, we have a tie on the saving throw compared to your roll. So I'm not sure who wins on the tie.
I think the save wins in a tie.
Okay. So then it works.
Okay, so it will saved its way out of damage. Bear Drac is next.
Well, it still takes 1/5 damage.
Oh,
Semi-real.
Sort of.
So I need to do... Okay, 4d... Or I gotta roll.
Gotta roll the hit first.
And I'm level 10, so I get 2 rays. I'm gonna say they both
Look at
probably...
you.
Yep. 8d6.
Okay, so I'm gonna do them separately. So it takes 6 total damage because it's 1/5.
Yep.
Okay, well, still takes a little damage. Okay, Bear Drac is next.
Okay, well, he's going to just kind of smack away at it, and haste is still up. So, 1 for haste. Okay.
So that's 2 hits.
And then he gets a single attack from haste. So, it looks like 3 hits.
All right. Ginsu,
So, yeah, we're looking at 63 damage.
it gone.
Nicely done.
Okay, that's Bear Drac's turn.
All right, Cornelius is next. Or no, Imp, and then Cornelius.
I'm almost back, so
So Imp being hasted can move further and cast, yes?
You have 30 extra movement speed, yes.
So that's another 5 tiles, so 11 tiles?
He's man-sized now, so he can move 12 tiles then.
Including the haste?
Yeah, including the haste if he wants to cast a spell.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. He will run up to Cornelius and touch him, protection from evil.
Okay. Somebody remembers.
Fucking A right, Bubba.
Because you know what's coming next, don't you?
Fucking A right, I do.
Impious is done. And
That's
then-
why both of my casters have protection from evil every single time.
And Aramilla is next.
I'm back. Is Aramilla
There's
technically at the other side of the ghost on that door?
Yeah, you're hasted.
Yes.
Right. Well, we aren't even knowing ghosts were there last round. I'd said Snake we're going to be under orders to go and open door, so Snake's task will be go and open door.
Okay.
Not knowing that there's a ghost on the other side of it, but I'd said that previous round.
As I was yelling.
And then Aramilla, with shield and thing in hand, will actually, on seeing that creature, what the fuck is it?
Oh, that's a ghost.
I will place my scimitar on this little bench thing at the side of me, draw my shoebad wand, shoebad myself,
That's a smart choice.
put the wand back away and pick the sword back up, so I not actually move this round,
Yeah.
but I've again activated protection from evil.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
No, Cornelius has got to go. He was last.
Oh, yeah, Courtney.
Okay, so he's hasted. So what kind of movement he got if he's full on charging, running?
24 squares.
Oh, then plenty then. All right.
I mean, he gets 6 and still, or 12 and gets an attack. So he,
Yep. All right. Then that's what he's doing. Come on, kid. Roll well.
That's a hit. 50% chance, though, right?
yep.
Okay. Well, I'll roll my damage and
1 to 50 is a miss. It's a miss. Whiffs through the insubstantial creature.
you get to roll that. Shouldn't I be the one that gets to roll that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
they have a 50% chance to ignore damage from a corporeal source because, ghosts are annoying.
No, that I get. I just don't understand why I'm not the one rolling that die.
It's a
I'm the
valid
one who
question.
rolls on saves on my attacks.
That's kind of like a save.
And you roll on yours.
It's ghost
It should be
mischance.
my roll.
That's nice.
If I'm going to screw myself, I want it to be me. All right.
So Aramilla initiative, and the Viper is Sailor.
Looks like Bear Drac's first. What's the Bear Drac doing?
So we don't see any more enemies in these 2 rooms, yeah?
Nope, nothing in those 2 rooms.
Okay, then he's just gonna flat out run.
Wow.
So with haste, that's kind of like that many tiles.
There you go.
The fastest dwarf in the world.
Stubby leg power. He is done. Impious is next.
Okay. I got to see what spells I got first, so I don't necessarily put myself in the wrong spot. Bada magic missiles. I cast protection from evil. Oh, cool. I got a scorching ray. I got to see where 30 feet is. Oh, easy. Okay. Okay, scorching ray. I don't think I set up a touch attack on imp, so I'm just gonna roll a d20. And we can adjust.
It's a miss.
Oh, well. Man, crappy rolling on my part.
Theron?
Okay. And what does Theron have that I can use? I do not want to get close. That is for sure. And I will cast Fireball with the back edge.
Okay.
Like so. It'll go back a little bit further, but you get the point. And nothing else is in visual range, so. All right.
Where did my initiative roll go?
So reflex, right?
It is.
It failed. 28. Okay, takes a bunch of damage. Theron is done. Cornelius is next.
All right. Full attack it is. Boom.
Gotta say 50%.
Yep.
And don't forget, he was in range for haste too.
It saved twice.
That's just a load of crap.
Can you get a haste attack, though?
So yeah, one more single attack.
I'm not
Potentially
rolling
hit.
my damage.
That
You
last
hit
one
him.
hit, yep. Disappears in a poof of white dust.
Hey, I still think we got a morgue down in the room that Cornelius is towards.
So it looks like Tomas is next.
He's gonna take a leaf out of Beardrak's book and come running up to join everyone.
Okay, if nobody sees the morgue. Aramella?
So did that ghost just puff out of existence or just disappear?
You're not sure. It took some damage and then disappeared in a puff of dust.
And then I guess sword and shield now armed with. I'll advance 6 squares there, looking towards for a hostile creature, and swing the weapon as if to attack in case it's invisible.
Okay. Nothing happens. Viper can move.
Viper's on smelly sense mode. Hunt to detect anything kind of thing, and just advance towards that chamber.
There are no infrared targets. Alright, everybody roll initiative.
Myself, I was talking about the bad shit. Oh, you see, shields now equipped.
Okay, Theron is first.
Oh, my bad, I didn't roll.
I'm just gonna go up to that little stick out in the hall and kind of wedge myself, trying to peer forward.
Okay. Theron's done. Aramella's next.
Come on, my page. So still no sign of any creature in here.
No.
Guess we'll advance up towards that chamber there. Am I still covered by a haste spell?
Yes, so you can move 12 squares if you like.
I'll rip in there at 12 squares. If I can encounter a creature on the way, I shall attack it if it's within reach.
Oh, you see something now.
So I can't attack it.
Swivels around and looks at you.
So I can't attack it with the weapon I've got in my hand because it's a melee weapon and it's not got the...
Yeah, you're a bit far away from it, but you see in the corner of the room there. You do see it, right? Hiding behind the wall there?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Looks like Victoria is next.
Okay, there's nothing.
I'll just there's one of those bony things here.
Okay, so I don't know where Aramella is.
Down the hall from where the ghost was.
From where you are, if you were looking down towards where the snake is and towards where the ghost previously was, I came from the side room there last time. I'd have been stood in this hallway. Then I've just gone straight on down towards the other chamber.
Down there.
And through the door.
Then wouldn't we all want to move towards where the ghost was?
If your intent is to engage, yes.
Okay. Yes, my intent is to engage. I'm just not seeing anything to engage with. And I want to make sure I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah, Aramilla yelled out, "There's one of those bony things in here."
Okay. I want to just go a little further so I'm not standing on top of him. Do I see anything from here?
No, it's in corner of the room. You'll not see it until you come in. Pretty much, I think where I've got just kind of first spot, it's probably visible. Because there's things in corner of the room that blocked view to corner where a creature is. And I just happened to have stepped in a spot that you can see it.
Well, the room is just the right size for one fireball.
Yeah, but he's in the room. She's in the room.
Yes.
I am also wearing a ring of fire resistance.
It still feels suboptimal. Votes from the class?
Do you remember what happened to
I
that one
now-
that
I am now
fireball
wielding-
me?
I am
Yeah,
now
but
wielding a wooden shield, a cold scimitar, So my hand's not going to burn. I've got a ring of fire resistance on, but I am in a room full of wooden tables and things.
Yeah, since he said he's got a ring of fire resistance.
I mean, but this is the one that's turned, right? It's still cowering in the corner for a
Yes.
couple more rounds.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
we
red.
we don't need to waste the spell. Cornelius should be able to go in and dispatch it. Because it's cowering, he gets a +2.
Send in the food
almost does.
processor.
Send in the food processor. Oh my god.
Hell, he's even got protection from evil on him. Save the spell.
All right, Victoria is done. Cornelius. Wait, actually, it's Tomas.
I missed my chance to roll, so yeah, I'm way behind.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna move up to keep pace with everyone else, but I'm not going to waste any more spells either.
All right, Cornelius is next.
I think Rob's going to get a kick out of Cornelius's nickname.
Once he's got haste on, he definitely is the food processor.
Oh,
Okay.
full charge. Let's go.
He barges
right.
into the room. You get one attack.
Yep.
You could use your second smite while you're at it.
Yeah, I could, but I'm not going to need it.
Okay, gonna
Fair.
roll damage. Bear Drac.
Should stay out of there so it stays turned.
Well, he's gonna move up to keep the others safe, but yeah, he's not gonna get any closer because if he gets within 10 feet, it unturns.
The Viper.
Oh, just advance towards that way, but
Imp.
Gonna join the crew.
Okay, the Morg attacks Cornelius.
Doesn't it stay cowering, period?
No, if it gets attacked, it can attack back.
Let me double check, because I thought it said it stays covered.
Yeah, that's not what I understood what Andrew said out loud. Only if Bear Drac attacks or gets within 10 feet.
no. If it's coward and can't flee and it's a tactic, so it is allowed to.
I agree in 1E and 2E, but I'm not positive in 3.5.
Others can attack them in any fashion without breaking the turning effect. So as far as I understand it, as long as it's turned, it cannot do anything other than cower, unless Bear Drac approaches it.
Okay, give me just a second.
He can attack with ranged attacks from at least 10 feet away and not unturn them.
Well, that's a little strange. Others can attack them without any restriction?
Yep.
That's kind of weird. That it can't attack back.
Wambulance.
I mean, if it's any consolation, when an evil cleric rebukes them, the rebuked ones just stay coward. They don't even flee. And then a rebuked cleric can approach them with no consequence. So evil clerics, weirdly enough, have slightly better turning in that regard.
And thus begins the chain of evil clerics showing up in the campaign.
Well, we're not using undead, so if evil clerics wouldn't bother us very much.
Evil clerics can turn paladins and clerics, I think.
They can channel negative energy to cancel our turning.
Anyway. Are we at initiative so I can finish this Morg off?
Hang on. I think that was it, yeah. Oh, wait, no. Haha. It gets to run away. Because 3 tiles can
From
make
Bear
an attack.
Drac, it runs from Bear Drac. It doesn't run from Cornelius.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, let's see.
Nice try.
Does the other
It's got a
corner-
cower.
No.
Yeah,
It wouldn't run towards Bear Drac.
It's not going
That's
anywhere.
for sure.
It just sits there
Yeah.
and quivers.
Exactly.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
Take it like a man.
I've never had undead that couldn't attack back once they were attacked. It's a mighty big change.
Initiative.
Yeah, 3.5e, it really shuts undead down, but you also have to do quite a lot of rolls to get anything out of turning. You can't roll a nat 1,
Right.
for example.
At least it's not a fumble.
This is true.
Theron is first.
Theron is going to hold his action.
Milla?
I'm not sure. Can I get in that gap to attack it as well, or is it a bit too tight? I'm looking at like there's various bits of furniture and stuff. There's some sort of hot
You
pump.
probably stand
in
there.
there.
You could probably poke it with the
Yeah.
spear.
Wait, I put spear away. It's just taking a whole round to funny about changing it, and I killed it right time I changed it, Miller killed it. So no, I'll start examining the searching room.
Okay, give me just a moment on that.
Good choice.
A Bear Drac is next.
Well, I've got elven abilities if I walk past a thing to chance to spot it, Anna. So I'll just walk full perimeter at room to check whether there's any hidden doors or anything.
within this.
Okay. Search check 17. Okay. Aramilla's done. Imp and then Damasc.
Hold action.
Same. We're waiting for Cornelius.
Yep, we want to see the food processor at work.
Okay, Corny's next.
All right, here we go. Full attack.
One hit.
And did they both hit? Oh, is there a +1 for the haste? So it was a 24?
Yes, there's a +1 from haste.
Oh, okay. So
Does the
2
24
hits. Yes, it does.
Nice.
And roll. Yeah, okay. Chop, chop. It's 29.
And then you get one more single attack.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
It's a hit too.
Nice.
You killed it, just barely.
Yes. Food processor.
Food processor winds down and stops making noise.
It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries.
God, what was that? What the hell was that? It was like the little mandolin slicer, but that's not what it was called.
The Roll of Magic. Or no, the Vegematic, I believe.
Yes.
From
Yes.
K-Tel.
Yes.
Although it felt like a Ron Popeil product.
Indeed. All right. I guess we're all gonna search that room, yeah?
I don't think we're all going to fit in that room.
While you guys are doing that, this other door has like windows in it, right? So we'll go peek through this door. Even if that means like Tomas has to stand on Bear Drake's shoulders to look through or whatever.
Found 2 vials with some stoppers on and some runes on the bottom.
This room once functioned as a kitchen, but outside of the skeleton on the floor, there's nothing in here that's survived the weight of the ages. There are clumps of dust and what looks like a few, silverware type of items that have survived over the time. And that little green thing on the table disappeared.
Okay. So
Well,
can we look through the openings in this door to see what's past it?
Oh, yes, you may. Hang on just a moment. Oh, wait, you're too short, both of you.
Well, that's why Tomas is gonna like climb on Bear Drake's shoulders if I have to look through the door.
Okay, hang on just a moment.
Another hallway. What a shocker.
I say we take one of the rooms with only one door, shut ourselves in and rest.
Seems pretty reasonable.
We've spent a lot of spells.
Oh, that's high.
Whatever.
Okay, well, us wizards spent a lot of spell.
Yeah. I'm out of Scorching Rays. I'm out of Magic Missiles. Yeah.
I've got a few things left, but I agree a rest would be a good idea.
Yeah. I've got more than a few things left, but they make me get close to things, and I'd prefer not to.
Well, that's why you have your spectral hand.
If only it could cast Cone of Cold.
Oh, yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yep.
Although if we're fighting all undead, I don't know if ice damage makes a lot of sense.
I'd agree. Which means I'm going to re-look at the spells for this memorization.
I'll probably throw some extra knock spells in because I think we're going to need them. Just a guess.
This chamber down here, then, is it? So this one is one of dead end rooms.
Yeah. So do we want to rest in the kitchen or do we want to rest in a more barracksy kind of room?
So the kitchen doors, do those look sturdier than the barracksy doors?
Okay, why don't you check your engineering?
I can do that.
Though the ghost did come out of the kitchen.
I think I can definitely tell you which doors are the strongest in this building.
Yeah,
Have
the
a
kitchen
search.
has a lock on it, in fact. So,
All right.
barracks doors do not.
I guess that's the answer.
Better plan.
All right. Load up in the kitchen and let's rest up.
Okay.
I'll take first watch, but I'll take 20 and search every inch of the room.
This is your chance
Well,
to
I'm on
cast
more
spells before I start rolling for encounters.
That's fair. How are we doing for health? I guess Bear Drake's gonna do another of those Cure Light Wounds Mass. That's a D8 plus 11. So everyone gets another 17 back.
Somehow I don't think I got it. I did find 2 potions with runes on them. I Can I examine the runes with spellcraft to see if it identifies what kind of effect the school of magic might be?
Yes, you may.
Not that my spellcraft's any good, but I do have it.
And right before settling down to rest, Theron's going to put another protection from evil on Cornelius.
Fair. Do you still have pearls, Theron?
I do.
Because we could
And I
identify.
have one identify prepared.
Then I would use it probably on the ring that we found.
I'd agree.
Because a slender blade with a glowing edge, I mean, that sounds like a rapier, and none of us are rapier fighters.
Yep.
Vixen could. She is a bard.
Yes, it's just experience has taught me that I just shouldn't pick it up. Ever
Well,
try to
no,
use it.
your stats are probably far more geared towards spam fireball.
But I do have a rapier +2.
Oh, then yeah, absolutely. We shouldn't waste any pearls on the magic unidentified rapier. We should use it on the iron ring.
Yep.
Then there's this small path lost, pale, shimmering fluid with a ghostly sheen.
Sounds like blur or invisibility. Can Vixen try the Bardley ability to identify it?
It always feels so useless, but
Yeah, well, it's free. So why not try?
Oh, am I meant to be rolling a second check for that second one?
Yep.
my stats from the ghost thing, how long do those last?
Until you rest, you start recovering them, or somebody casts a spell.
They are temporary, so that means we can probably cure them with various restoration spells.
Yeah. So you guys still haven't rested.
Okay, well, I lost strength, I lost con. Did I lose
And
intelligence?
No.
I
Okay,
think
so I
it
didn't
was
lose intelligence.
dexterity.
Yeah, the physical attributes.
Okay.
Let me just see which one makes more sense to use here.
And Z, I am identifying that ring. I've already deducted the pearl.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I know nothing.
Fair enough.
I mean, I might have known something, but I rolled so poorly that I know nothing.
Indeed, you do. You know nothing.
And that's something.
Frustrating. So he has restoration prepped. Do we have diamond dust on hand? Because he can't cast it if we don't have that.
You used to have
I
a
think
whole
we
lot
do.
of it.
We still do have diamond dust because we reincarnated Imp, not
Does he have that in
resurrected.
his equipment, maybe?
I'm almost sure it's still in the party loot.
I'll double check. So yeah, diamond dust.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Doesn't look like it. Maybe I have them for stone skin, maybe?
Maybe, but I mean, I could have swore I saw them.
I have diamond dust on hand, apparently. Okay. So he's going to use restoration on Vixen. You get all of your ability score damage back.
Wouldn't it have come back if we had just rested?
More slowly.
Well,
This just
well,
gives it all back
Okay.
immediately.
Just in
Right,
case something interrupts our rest.
You know,
Yep.
I just hate wasting resources.
I've
I'm
got
with
enough
you.
diamond dust for a few more. We're good.
But we're running into tougher and tougher opponents here. The more up to snuff we are, the better.
Okay, Theron.
There we go. Took me a minute to find the door to close.
All right, here we go. Spider. It's basically a ring of spider climbing.
Okay. That's all. It's a ring of spider climbing.
Essentially, I'll paste it into the party loot. You can reformat as you wish.
Oh, that brings up a little point I wanted to talk to you guys about. Is when you are working on a sheet or working on your character sheet, and I need to look at something, I can't, because when you tool around and move around, it for some reason does it on my sheet as well.
Yeah, it flips the pages on you.
Yeah, so I can't. That's why having the spell sheets like as handouts is so much more useful for me, so I don't have to dig through your spells.
So, like when I just deducted the pearl out of Theron's sheet, that messes it up.
No, what I mean is, like, let's say I want to look at what your memorized spells are during initiative or whatever, and you're trying to look at stuff too.
Right.
Things are just flipping around, and I can't actually do anything while you're trying to do something. So that's
So
why.
is just having the sheet open an issue?
No, not at all. It's just, instead of having the handout with your spells is way more useful for me because I can just click on the sheet and look at it, and it's real easy versus,
Right.
having to fight.
Yeah,
with you.
I'm just making sure I completely understand what I can do to make it easier.
Awesome, thanks.
All right.
Because every once in a while I want to poke around and see what you guys memorize.
He wants to see what he has, how many constructs and undead he needs to throw at us so we can to stop us from using our magic on them.
Or at least come up with some, like the red dragon, which, scorching rays are very ineffectual against.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to look at my spell book to know I'm going to have a fair amount of scorching rays memorized.
No.
Fair.
I just like checking like how many you've memorized, stuff like that.
He wants to see how many illusion saving throws he has to make today.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're ready to rest, yeah? Oh, again, Imp is going, or not Imp, Theron's going to cast Protection from Evil on Cornelius right before we start resting.
Is there any way of checking if somebody's got disease or illness?
Interesting question.
I've got remove disease, but I'm just wondering if anybody might have been infected by anything we've done encountered yet, so that if necessary, I can deal with it before we rest. So
I
can
mean,
still get
metagaming, he hasn't had a save against anything, so.
Yeah, I think we're fine. No one got told besides Steve that they've had any, attributes changed, and he's already been cured, so.
Oh, I've still got detect magic left according to this, so detect magic on kitchen as well. See if there's anything else magical in here.
Oh, somebody cares. Let's see what we got in here.
Well, if that's where Ghost was, the ghosts usually have decent loot. Do I need to bring my dog?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if the rod was in here?
Small crooked stick lights up in a pile of detritus on the floor. Small crooked stick. Okay, so I'll pick up this small crooked stick.
Sounds like a wand. Would a spellcraft check be worth anything on that, Z?
In this case, you would have to use the wand and then spellcraft on the effect it causes.
Yeah, why waste a charge?
Wouldn't
Assuming we
for
could
example,
figure out
get
how to
started
activate
shooting
it without
fireballs.
identifying in the first place.
Is that the same wand? That's just my description on what it looks like.
Yes, the same wand.
So slender tip with a slender wand with a star tip.
Bippity boppity boo.
Maybe.
All right.
What's that? So when you concentrate on it, you can do presence and magical aura. So then the power of the strongest aura. Then the strength, location, and school of each aura with spellcraft check. So a spellcraft check whilst examining it could reveal what school of magic it is without having to actually use it. It's a DC 15. Likely on my part, but I'm going to try anyway. I know more actually. No, I don't know. It's a star wand. It's sparkling. Close.
It's the wand of the stars.
Wait, it's a star. It's a wand with a star-shaped tip. Phillips
see.
screwdriver, anyone?
Activates
Yeah.
on
It glows. It's a wand of light. That's what it is. It's a wand of light. It just glows.
It glows when you're detecting magic at it. Maybe it's a wand of
it's a
invisibility.
torch.
It's invisible when no one's looking at it. Well, it's in the loot bag for now.
Wasn't there a character in Mystery Men who was invisible, but only when no one was looking at him?
Yep. He was.
Then they all look at him, and Janine Garofalo chimes in with, "Maybe you should put some clothes on if you want to fight more evil today."
Well, yeah, because apparently turning invisible also makes him insubstantial.
Wasn't she the one with like the possessed bowling ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that movie was very underrated.
It's a classic.
It was unique. Yeah, I'll give it that. All right, let's rest up.
The Sphinx, we are number 1. All others are number 2 or lower.
Okay, so when we're resting, how many hours do we get towards studying?
Typical 3.
Yeah, I think you get 3.
Okay, I'll mark that down.
Everybody gets 1 hit point per level, also, if they need hit points.
I think it's time Adam put some spellcraft points in at some point.
And I want to rethink these spells a little bit. I'll do an extra knock. So between Theron will have 2 knocks and Imp will have 1.
Okay.
Who's on the first watch?
First watch can be me and Bear Drac.
Give me whichever watch we want to there.
Okay, second watch.
Elias and Theron.
We're not.
And third watch.
That'll be the ladies.
All right.
Watch, how long's the watch?
Nothing
2 hours.
happens.
The watch is 2 hours by the time Adam Miller, third thing. She's fully rested anyway.
Okay. Back up to full power.
Oh, of course. 6th level cleric spells have create undead, but they don't have destroy undead. Ridiculous.
Is that the next level?
No, I don't think destroy undead's actually a spell, unfortunately. No, actually there is undeath to death. I guess I have to go look at that spell now.
Yeah, now you get to choose 6 level spells.
Well, I'm not going to choose more than just putting that one on. Oh, never mind. That requires a diamond. Not wasting our diamonds on that.
Diamond is a very common necessity.
Yeah, well, it's got to be crushed diamonds too, so that's extra annoying because we have whole diamonds more so than crushed.
You don't have a crusher handy?
No, surprisingly, we don't carry a diamond crusher around with us. Can't imagine why not.
Food processor could do it. Nice. That's a pretty good duration. Yeah, it's one thing I've noticed about 3.5. A lot of the buff spells that lasted longer in 2E do not last so long.
That is fair, but I'm not sure if it's a thing in 2E, but I know moving from 3.5 to 5E, the number of buff spells you can stack dwindled dramatically, which is frustrating.
Yeah. Because I know in 2E, it's Bless, Prayer, Chant are, just the 3 really solid party buffs, and they work not quite as nicely here in 3.5.
Yeah, level 6 cleric spells are kind of surprisingly underwhelming.
Yeah.
Blade Barrier is pretty badass.
I guess that's fair. That's the one I haven't looked at yet. Most of the others are like, oh, anti-life shell, good for fighting undead.
Well, actually, Blade Barrier is probably his domain spell.
Yeah,
Or
Blade Barrier
spell.
probably is his best spell here.
Well, he has to
Fire
choose
elemental.
he chooses war or good, and I think Blade Barrier is on both.
I think he picked Blade Barrier as his domain now that I'm thinking about it.
Holy shit.
On your fire elemental, Hero's
he's got
Feast
Blade
is a powerful one. It's
No, I don't
immunity
think-
to fear for the whole day, right?
Hallow is a very good spell, but it's casting time 24 hours. Fucking hell, mate.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's definitely some spells in this game that aren't meant to be used on the go.
It looks like it's permanent, though, once it's cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hero's Feast duration is
Hallow comes off the list, unfortunately.
12 hours. And
Was-
everybody's becomes immune to poison, gains 1d8 temporary hit points, plus 1, so it's basically 5 temporary hit points, so 5 above. And you get a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and will saves and immunity to fear.
Oh my god. Another one with 24-hour casting time.
Well, Hero's Feast, thankfully, is just, I think, 1 hour. Yeah. You just consume the meal first thing in the morning.
Awaken. Concentration. Animal or tree gains human intellect. Awaken or a tree or animal to human-like sentience. Succeed, you got to make
The
a
only
roll
thing
save.
with Hero's Feast is it won't stack with Bless because Bless is a morale bonus.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Well.
that's not a huge.
Yeah.
Not a huge detriment since Bless is a first level spell.
Right. For sure. But, the extra hit points is nice. The immunity to poison certainly isn't bad. The immunity to fear is pretty powerful. And a better will save is not a bad thing either. I mean, if we knew like we were going to fight, the dragon, definitely do that first thing. All of us being immune to fear is huge against the dragon.
So it takes 10 minutes to cast, 1 hour to eat, and then lasts for 12 more.
Holy word.
Yeah.
Oh, but that last paragraph, if the feast is interrupted for any reason, the spell is ruined and everything is negated. What do you
Craig
mean that hour
farts.
becomes full of encounters, just always in that 1 hour? Shocking.
That would definitely be Z-like.
All you need is one kobold to run in the room. Hey, hi everybody! Oh!
Oh no, I'm interrupting your feast.
That's right.
Pull
Damn
up a
it, that
chair. Pull up a chair. Join us. Enjoy the food.
That's actually a great idea. Okay.
That and heal's very powerful too.
Yep, the curing all the diseases and things is pretty nice.
I think I'm going to with Death Ward 2.
All right, so you guys all get time to memorize your spell books. Now, do we want to keep going or should we break it off? How are we doing?
I've got time, but it's up to the rest.
I'm good
I mean,
for another 2.5.
Got time, but I
What's
think
the
this is
girlfriend up in-
probably a good time to stop because I don't want to do all of Beardrak's spells because he doesn't have like his 6 levels.
That's reasonable. If Rob was here, I'd say keep going, but that's an excellent point.